Okay, we are now recording, and Michael is getting ready in with the snake. Here comes the mouse out. Michael, hold it up a little bit so they can see it when you get it. And then Janie, as soon as he drops it in there, you hurry and put the light back on as fast as you can, okay? Now, let me ask you this. Have you seen it since you opened it?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay, there it is. Michael, hold it up in your mouth like you're going to eat it. Okay, now. Okay, Michael, now put it in there. Okay, Janie, hurry and put the light on because there's a reflection there.
Put it on first. She's going for the one that she can see the reflection.
Oh, Athena, hurry up. I don't have all day.
Janie, put your fingers back by where it is and wiggle it on the glass a little bit so she'll... Just take that all the way off. The problem here is that most snakes have very poor eyesight. They do almost everything by sense of warmth and smell.
Say about the reflection.
Another problem is you can see there's a reflection of that mouse in there, and so she gets very puzzled as to where the snake or where the mouse is. There. Janie, I can edit this a little bit so.
Still gonna go after it?
Here, why don't you be taping this for a second?
Yeah. there a pause or anything I can push for a minute?
Yeah, but see, she might start going after it, and you may not be able to get it on in time.
Strike above it. That's a normal. What does that mean? Yeah.
I don't believe this, Michael.
She should be hungry.
Should we put her back for a while and try it again later, Jamie?
Yeah. Baby. The cat, Michael. Get the cat.
Would you need to slow down a little bit?
Michael?
I mean, can I get through?
Yeah.
Just run through.
Yeah. Go. How do I stop it, Dad?
Just push the button again. You better push the...
I got it. Get Michael now.
19 and 3/4 of the road.
Who? Ange?
Hodges.
Oh.
Scared him away. Oh, Athena. Can't believe it.
Michael?
Oh!
Okay, say it again. I think you missed it. Start over.
Here's the mouse that we're gonna give to the snake. Okay. Okay, she's got it. Right now she's gonna suffocate it so it can't breathe. She'll just hold it for a minute.
Yeah, I can't bite her. Sometimes when she gets it, the mouse, if its head can move, it'll reach around and bite her. But that time she got it just right under its neck, and it can't reach around to bite her.
She knows that can look how far she puts her belly finger in the mouth.
Yeah.
She's squeezing her really hard.
Now what happens is the way she's not squeezing it to death, but what she does is she tightens down on it, and then every time it exhales and lets the air out of its lungs, she squeezes a little tighter, and that way it can't suck in, and then pretty soon she suffocates it that way. And it's kind of sad to watch. You see the mouse struggling right now because it can't breathe. That's why it's opening its
Usually
mouth
we
like
don't
that.
see the face like this.
Right.
It's no, I don't think it's ever been like
Usually we
this.
see its rear instead, right, Janie?
Yeah.
Am I in the picture?
Oh.
Now you notice its eyes are starting to bug out a little bit, and they get a red color. The red color is because its irises are dilated, and so you can see the back of its eyeballs. The reason it's dilated is because there's no air getting to them. She'll keep it constricted a lot longer than the mouse is alive too, just to make sure.
Probably did.
I don't think it's quite dead, but I think it's getting close. Can you see it good enough in the picture, Jeannie?
Yeah, I've got it close up.
Have you? It isn't blurry, is it?
Uh-uh.
Okay.
Shaking though.
Now, it looks like it's dead, because what happens is she starts to move a little tiny bit. And when she moves, if the mouse doesn't move, then she knows it's dead, so she'll let it go a tiny bit at a time.
Capsule. Not.
You jerk, Michael.
she's
Oh,
letting
it looks
go.
to me like it's... Michael, is she tightening up or is she just getting in a better position to eat it?
I think she's letting go a little bit.
Get a
Is she?
close up.
I think she's biting it so to see if it is wrong she gets.
Oh, okay. She never kills anything with her teeth, but her teeth are very, very sharp. You can't see them, but they're very sharp. Me and Michael have been bitten once in a while. Only twice, I guess. And
Tell
you
him
can
why,
har-
though.
You can because she thought our finger was a mouse, because we had been holding a mouse and it smelled like it. But you couldn't even see the cut, but you could see little tiny drops of blood coming out, and it didn't even hurt because they were so sharp.
It's still alive, isn't it, Dad?
Do it right now.
Mm-hmm. Jeannie, can you watch this while I go for a minute?
Yeah.
I don't think it's still alive. This is for
Okay, now she's letting it go. Can you see her mouth? Athena's mouth. She's eating it. Okay.
Okay, now she starts feeling around with her mouth until she finds the head, and then she swallows it head first.
Usually.
Usually.
Can't see anymore. My eyes went blurry.
You want me to hold it for a minute, Jeannie?
No.
I will.
Okay.
And then turn it off.
Or I just press record again or something.
Okay, you see that she's trying to get a nice grip with her mouth, and then she started to swallow it whole. Now notice her jaws, how big they can get.
Now tell him how it sometimes yawns.
Sometimes when she's done eating, she'll yawn, and we can see clear down her throat, and it's interesting.
And she pops her jaws back in.
Oh yeah, she does. She gets her jaws loose and then pops them back in. She'll pull on one side and then pull on the other, and just gradually do that till she swallows it.
I've never seen it this good. I've never seen it this good.
Pretty sure it just goes down.
She's going down pretty fast, isn't she, Michael?
It's not in my bag.
She hasn't been eating very well, and she's done that the last 2 years. We've had her for, this is the third January and February we've had her, and usually in January and February, for some reason, she quits eating. The first 2 years we were scared to death, and now we just realized that that's part of her cycle for some reason.
She's resting.
Okay, she's getting right down to the gross part. In a minute, all you'll see sticking out is 2 feet and a tail, and that's ugly. Notice how big her neck is. See, it's getting bigger and bigger. And then in a minute, you'll see her swallow real hard, and then you'll be able to watch the muscles contract and make a lump till it goes down to her stomach.
I like how pink her mouth.
Interesting enough, after she's eaten, you can't hardly find a lump in her.
Inside mouth is pink.
What's that, Michael? Okay, now there we are to that point that I love, where all you can see is 2 legs and tail sticking out.
She's trying to get some air. She's going.
She's trying to get out of the camera. She says she's a little camera shy right now.
Just trying to stretch out.
Now all that's left is the tail, and pretty soon that'll just slither into her mouth and that'll be gone. Okay, now watch her neck and it'll start constricting real tight and forcing it down, and the tail will disappear about right now. There it goes.
The mouse is right
Right
here.
there.
Should I reach in and
Yeah, show it to him, Michael. Show them where it's at so they can watch
Can you
it.
see it?
Hey, you need to put the light back on top though, that we can't see very well. Okay, there you go. Okay, keep pointing, Michael, as it goes down.
She just yawned too.
Oh, did she?
Just a very little bit.
Oh, hey, you better pull your finger out of there. I think she was thinking maybe Michael's finger was a mouse again, and she's still hungry. The reason she's hungry is food hasn't gotten to her stomach yet, so she still feels the hunger pangs. Now, Michael, will she go and get a drink, do you think? Does she usually?
Probably, no, she usually doesn't.
She usually doesn't.
She was zooming
She
after
usually
that.
calls around for that.
Okay, we're signing off. This is the tree with all of our initials on it. And it's raining. Here's another angle. You see how close it came to the wires. If it had gone that direction, you can see what would have happened to the house. If there had been a car under it, you can see what would have happened to the car. If it had gone straight east instead of northeast, it would have taken those wires out right there.
Places for vacation. And it's not very far from the International Peace Gardens, right up by the Canadian border. We're 150 miles.
Hey,
This-
it's you that we need the picture of.
This is a going away party for Loree and the kids.
Canada. So we'll go up there.
I'm not going.
They're going home.
Have you ever had a, now Carl, you're driving, and then you guys
Yes.
drive.
I can keep
You
you
got that thing on?
and take us back, and then
Okay, remind
Somebody's
me,
gonna take Carl.
Somebody's got to do that, yeah.
remind me to have on the trip date for this. From AAA, do you guys belong to AAA? Okay, remind us to get a trip tip, because, well, it's a little packet of maps, and it has about 30 miles on each map. And they're about this long, so you really see every other thing you're going to.
Also gives you motels,
Yeah,
all
only stay
Kristen.
wait, I'm not eating more than everybody else, it's just my first thing, okay?
That's true.
Trent, just.
We'll vouch for that. Where is he?
Hey, there's a lot of really pretty stuff to see.
So Carl, remind me to get the
And I
trip
don't know
tips.
why I haven't
Okay.
already sent some time ago for
Callan, you got him here, you mean?
No,
Oh.
what he does is he calls AAA and says, we're thinking about going to,
sometimes, you know, in the
Fargo, North Dakota.
well, Grand Rapids.
Grand Forks.
Grand Forks, and they'll say, huh?
Barrels,
You have to stick
Up a little
on
higher.
hard. You have to lick it, Rick. Flat surface. You have to lick it.
I don't have a flat flat surface. Okay, there you go. There you go.
I still think it would be good for you to put
Oh,
them on.
Carl,
Lick it, lick it, Rick.
Flat.
Hey, Rick,
yes,
I
you're
got
flatter than Rick is. Rick's round.
You can put it on your dashboard.
Maybe
and
it's
starting or
starting.
something.
Do it, Brian, put it on your,
Brian, don't you
there you
dare.
go. There, there.
It won't do it.
Lick it.
We push it hard.
Lick it.
Oh, there we go.
I found just the right spot.
It was perfect.
Perfectly round.
You guys, I will put some initiation into the
Hey, if you leave that on there too long, you know what will happen, don't you?
I've got a space.
That'll suck all your brains to one point.
You know what
Maybe
it
I can,
reminds me
I'm gonna do this some more, get some brains moving.
It reminds me of those guys in the Book of Mormon that put that mark on their forehead.
Do it again, Carl, see how you did that.
Carl, tell them the story that you had to tell down at work because they didn't believe what you were
I got
doing.
hit with a racquetball, and they didn't believe that. So when I told them this, they says, "Yeah, you did get hit with a racquetball."
Yeah, I thought you told them this story first, and then they said, "Oh yeah, right," and you said, and then you told them the racquetball.
And then they believed this one.
Look, it really sticks. It's gonna do it, yeah?
Did it do it?
No,
Rick?
no, it isn't even that.
Wait till tomorrow morning.
Did you get it?
I got it.
Okay.
Well, I got.
We tried to put some makeup on.
Show this film to your bishop when you get back, and you won't have to worry about anything.
That's Hey, Rick, they're so hard up. They're getting, if they're a member and they're drunk, they use them. You know?
If they remember and they're breathing.
What do you want me to hold?
Speaking of that, I wish you guys could have been to our Relief Society homemaking night.
Who was drunk, Carolyn?
We worked in Salt Lake City that,
Who was drunk?
oh, our lady that was teaching her recycling.
Oh, no.
What she knew. She wasn't drunk, but she had definitely been. Tipping the bottle.
Had she really, Carolyn?
Smoking like crazy. Well,
Could you
yeah,
smell it?
Reeking. Reeking is the word.
you should have seen the ladies that come in there and they go. And then finally it dawned and they go. They know what it was, you know. And we're all trying to get Janine to come out, you know. One lady came up after this side to me and she said, you know, Carolyn, I've always thought that ladies in this side were judgmental and snobbish, but she said, she sat by Janine tonight and she said, boy, if they can accept that, then nobody's judgmental in our Relief Society. And I said, that's right.
No kidding. It was pretty bad, huh?
I
Were you
thought-
worried?
No, because I just figured we want her there, and if somebody else does it, then we can stay away.
Yeah.
I took a lady to Relief Society like that with me once, and my socialized to going down there.
Marie,
Hey, we're just thrilled.
I'm gonna glue that onto the dashboard.
She said, well, Mom, I told you not to lay on the pillow. It's only for looks. Well, what she does is she takes the egg cartons, the cardboard ones, puts the dryer lid in them, drips wax in, and they're fire starters. But when she says, like, no, she was talking about recycling. She said, no, I recycle my dryer lid, ladies, and I mean, we're just sitting there roaring.
Did you hear this, Mom?
No.
Don't tell her.
This lady recycles her dryer lid. Mom and I were talking about this very thing the other day. What in the world could you do with a dryer lid?
And then she got out and packed her toilet paper, and she said, now look at this toilet paper. It disintegrates. It's biodegradable. This older lady was sitting down here, and she says, well, how long does it take? And she says, well, not very long, meaning, you know, a few weeks, you know. And the lady says, well, I hope it's not too fast, because with my mind, if I looked in the toilet and it wasn't there, I wouldn't know if I've been or not. I don't know, my lady. I think the fumes are getting to me.
Come here, Janine, I want another whip.
Oh, dear.
I know she just bubbled out of her heart to my side, you know, and I just burst out laughing hysterically. Everybody's going, what's the matter with you? Did you ever do that? No, I told them. I told them. I couldn't. And she's so dignified. She's an older lady, but she has short, steel gray hair, you know, and just classy as all get out. Just classy as they come. She says, well, with my mind, I look in the toilet and never know if I've been or not. Everybody loves you.
Okay, serve me.
Come on, honey.
I will, just a minute.
They're working on it today, and she was there for the first time, and that lady
Tell
came
you
for
what.
the third time in a row, and she has been in an adult line, and in fact, one of the other wards, the high councilman from the other ward, heard she was coming, and he just said, "No, wait, who?" I said, "I'm Jerry." That isn't the, it's, it's just a
Getting everybody?
strong thing, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Already?
That happens.
Well, that's neat.
The ones that are receptive in our ward, we just can't
Oh.
do it. Right in front of us.
I think our ward was.
There you go.
The ladies in my ward, except when it's in, the business
Start?
into it. One of our state really decided, ladies came to the home community learning, had on the same route.
I'm right here.
Yeah, make sure you're in line with that.
Well, I mean, you know, I won't be out of the picture, but it can't go through me.
Well, honey, this is in the way too. Should I take a chair down there?
Well, sure.
Here, I've already got it. No, you got one.
Oh.
Oh. It is a no. Got bananas on it.
I think she said it's called banana split cake, Mom?
Banana split dessert.
Oh.
I'm gonna do when I get older.
I should have taken it out of the freezer before we started.
One of those 150 million thousand recipes.
I'm
I've covered this.
I'm starting good. Yeah, I'm starting to do that. A few of them, yeah. Here we had linguine carbonara.
Oh, I got sausage carbonara.
Let's thank you. With eggs and bacon.
Sausage and bread. Dried through.
Well, the leaves it look
Oh,
better.
no, I
Pasta
had that.
thing.
What do you call it,
Eggs and bacon.
Yeah.
It's spaghetti, that's what it is.
You know, it's funny, I stopped to go a store yesterday to get a hitch or a electrical plug from a pickup. And, Wood's in there, in caps. Him and Phil Holloway, my cousin, during wrestling, Phil came up behind me, he pushed me over, my leg got caught in that, tore my knee up just before state tournament my senior year. And he asked me, he walked in there, every time I see him, I cry, so I always ask him, how's my knee? I mean, he says, I told him, I said, one day, when it's really cold and it really hurts, I think I'm gonna find you and Phil and clobber, you know? And anyway, this other guy came up and started talking, he says, you mean you hurt your knee? You know, and I, yeah. He says, well, was it your, and I mean, he had 3 or 4 words there, your curricular, you know, and just, and no, I hurt my knee. And he just went on, and you know, he says, well, most people, when they have their knee operated on, they always tell you, always, you know, I said, well, that might be for you, but I'm an old timer. A knee's a knee. I hurt my knee.
The thing that's in the middle is.
Yeah.
Did you have it operated on?
No, I didn't. I didn't have it operated on. That's why I was thinking about this Bozenia, whatever. Just call it. Yeah.
Spaghetti.
Yeah, spaghetti. That's all
Well,
it
that
is.
hasn't sounded fancy, but it isn't. It's just eggs and bacon and spaghetti. What was it? Linguine carbonara.
And what kind of sauce do you put on it?
Carbonara sauce.
Linguine sauce. Butter and Parmesan. And then you put eggs in it and cook it till it's scrambled. Until the eggs are cooked. You cook it till it's scrambled.
I don't think my recipe has eggs in it.
Well, what's egg? Well, what's
That does sound good though, doesn't it?
Brian,
Hey.
Brian, if you don't want eggs there, we're in big trouble here.
No, I said squash. What do they call squash?
Squash.
And eggs together.
Yuck.
Yucky.
Oh, yeah.
No, wonderful.
Quiche. Oh, yeah, quiche.
Squash and eggs together, that's what you call quiche? That's what quiche is? Oh, that's a wash egg.
Yes,
I thought
squash and
that was
eggs.
I love squash and eggs.
So
That's one of
do I.
our favorite things.
I was watching them too.
Brian's mom makes wonderful quiche out of zucchini and it is so good.
Oh, we're gonna give it, let's see, I like it, 'cause
Well, let me see, every time I ask her for a recipe, she says, well, let me see, I'll just do a little of this and a little of that.
Don't forget it.
Oh, okay.
come nobody's asked where Gertie was?
We
Yeah,
did.
Are you kidding? First thing.
Everybody
I
knew that.
want you to know, though, I had to ask him that.
Oh, did you? Well, I won't hurt him.
And what'd they say?
Oh,
She said, okay.
She was yelling, no, she was.
I have to do all the work. I had to do probate.
I mean,
Michael came up with a good one, Dad.
Now,
I
what
asked-
do you say? Is
Or was it you that did?
we're being taped everywhere.
Oh.
That's all right, Wallace isn't gonna see this. Yesterday I borrowed his pickup to take some garbage out to the dump, you know. So I called him and said, Wallace, Carl here, how you doing? Oh.
what did you ask?
As well as can be expected. Well, I didn't really wanna know, you know what I mean?
No, so why did you
ask?
ask? It's a rhetorical question.
As well as can be expected, Marie said, I should say, Wallace, we expect you to be doing a heck of a lot better than you're acting, so why that?
I thought you were gonna say you had to go change the tire on the fifth wheel.
Guys, I have to tell you what's so fun.
Hey, he's got a
I'm
satellite.
still listening to Gerda and
Oh, does he
Wallace
now?
talk together.
Oh, my, yeah, I bet.
Oh, I'll bet that's about it.
Well,
Sorry,
that's
Gerda,
good.
on and on and on, and they
And they're not
they get in,
listening to each other.
well, yeah, and they get into a contest with the doing worse.
And they're not listening together, they're
Gerda and
thinking what they're
Wallace.
gonna say next.
Yeah, they're on their own little wavelength and.
Oh, you got it, they're having a ball over there.
Well, my knees really hurt. Well, that's nothing, Wallace.
I'm near 100, you know.
It's cold outside.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
closer to
I'm
100 than I am 50.
My knee has hurt a lot longer than
Okay,
yours.
well,
I'll tell you somebody who else is even worse,
Who?
Sam Warmer and his wife.
Really?
They come home teaching here, and I thought they were gonna fight before they got,
You mean arguing, oh, it was so funny.
he could not say one word, but what she
She
disagreed with him.
contradicting, it was really strange for home teaching, you know? He was telling about Germany and she was very nice, teaching her. She said, oh, he was telling about her father, I guess he's a famous scientist, world renowned, and telling about that he was at a certain factory where they made cameras. Sam, they didn't do anything with cameras there. That's not what they did there. And everything he said, she talked about that.
it doesn't matter.
We
We
don't
don't
really
really care.
care.
Look at it.
We're not wrong anyway.
He'd just brush her off and say, oh, it doesn't matter. No, he was just trying to put across the point, it didn't matter.
Mom, you should have said,
It was kind of embarrassing, wasn't it?
Yes, right.
And here they got home, they were welcoming
Yeah.
into their home.
did you know that he wrote them a real nice letter?
Figure out where to put the dynamite.
Listen,
You know he wrote them a nice letter?
too late.
Said that they were idols that,
Oh, yes, Mom, for a Christmas card, yeah.
Mm.
Well, I'd just like to say one thing to them. The damage has already been done.
That's what I said, it's too late. Too
Hey,
late.
you guys, what happened to forgiveness?
Wait, I will in about 5 or 6 years, Mom. About as long as it took him.
Maybe.
If it was against me, I could forgive him, but if it was against my parents, we're out of luck.
They're
Hey,
still had it on the throne.
I just-
What if you are around in 5 or 6 years to forgive?
Somebody, I read what charity was the other day.
Well, let's take that
And if
to
you-
hereafter.
If
the
you
pure
truly
love of
want to,
Christ.
yes, and if you truly want to practice charity, eventually you are going to be called upon to deal with your worst enemy and treat them nice. That's what this article says.
I can do that.
So they did it.
I
Oh,
can do
know.
that. I'm not gonna do it with him.
I love how the missionary said that today. Well, he said I wasn't really mean to the people. How do you
I
say,
didn't pray
oh,
for it.
he said, I guess I just didn't exactly pray for the ones that didn't.
I didn't fight very much. That's what he
Yeah.
said.
That's right.
Yeah, he said, I just didn't pray for the ones that weren't very nice.
Hey, Maureen, Carl had a chance in priesthood meeting because they're in high priest, you know? And they asked Carl a question, it had something to do
About
with
tithing.
tithing,
No.
About,
Oh, yeah, about tithing and, let's see, how has tithing helped you in your life? How has the payment of tithing rewarded you in your life? So I was able to tell about what a terrible time we went through, and I says, and I just got in there with Sam in there, I said it was embarrassing to us, because we hurt some people that we never intended to hurt, and they were upset at us, and we can understand why, and
And then he told some of the things, and then he mentioned that between the four of us, we had so many surgeries, we were paying 31 different doctors in 4 different hospitals with no insurance, and
I said, tithing didn't keep us out of financial trouble that we never did want for anything that we needed.
and he came up afterwards and shook Carl's hand, told him how, you know,
How much he appreciated hearing that.
And did you trip him as you walked off?
and he turned around and Carl went, no.
Did you say, well, I wish you'd come and ask me before you wrote the letter?
I'm gonna burn that letter.
I want a copy of it first. I want a copy of it first.
I think we do
I'll tell you,
something.
we're gonna put down in that file, was 50 years old, so that letter can be
I think someplace we got it, but
I think I better go leave it. Next time Sam says something, tell him that you have lots of brothers and sisters who have ill feelings, maybe he'd like to apologize to.
Sam, me and Dad are okay. Me and Dad and Mom and Marie, but
Boy, don't ever get too close to the rest of my family.
My
You
sisters,
okay? Are you
you're in
kidding?
trouble with my sisters, I'll tell you.
I'm very worried. That's why forgiveness has so many letters in it. It takes so long to do it.
it was so personal, he wrote it to, he said the two men and your, it said Lorene and Doris too.
Oh, yes, it was great.
It had mine and Lorraine's name on it, we were gonna go with the solicitor.
there's nothing
That's
wrong
okay,
with that.
well, the first comment we said was, well, they're gonna be there, we don't want to.
Sam has not been active enough in the church to know better. And he's tried to forgive. I have a hard time with somebody else. But we won't go into that now. I won't tell you who it is, even though he's got all the money he needs in the world, but he still had to take some that wasn't his, you know what I mean?
And Stan,
Mother,
That's what's trouble with that.
who's starting with that?
I could do.
who, I don't know, Carl.
Well, of course you do.
Okay, if everybody but me knows, let's just
You're not
get out of
facing
the
the camera.
table. What are we?
Well, I'll tell you what his initials are. His initials are the same thing that he gives you if you ask him why he took the money that wasn't his. BS.
I don't know. Oh, yeah.
Well, Marie, I flag him every time I go by his house.
I know what you're talking about, you had to say that at scout meeting.
Oh, okay, I know that one, that's not the one I was thinking of.
He's real good friends with
What
one,
did
yeah.
you say? I don't know.
Who's Dennis? No?
No,
Oh, yeah, that's
And
what's
it
got him
makes-
where he's at.
Makes me wanna say, do you know the things about him I know?
No, they don't.
Nobody will believe it.
Because he's been able to pay his way
Exactly.
to do, you know.
Let's change the subject, but I gotta tell you, nobody would believe it if you told them, and that's the truth.
Because he's,
I got even though, I mean, I didn't get even, but I didn't. But I was just doing my job. It wasn't a terrible thing to do because I'm paid to do it. We were looking at some waste, looking for some property to put waste treatment water on.
For our freedom.
And one of the things you gotta have for waste treatment water is deep soil, see? Because the wastewater's gotta go down a filter as it's going down, see? Well, so they were looking at that property, he was trying to pawn off that property that we farmed. And I didn't even know it, they almost had the deal made. And I was taking some explorers through the plant one night, and Lynn Bradshaw said, well, take them in my office and show them all of the, what do you call, drying and stuff? You know,
Drafting.
yeah, the drafting equipment. So I took him in there and I looked up and I saw this map and I said, man, that looks familiar. It had 4 circles on it, like this, and one over here. And I said,
Yep.
I know where that's at. I heard them talking about the property they were gonna buy. And the next morning I ran down to Bill and I said, Bill, you think about using that for waste treatment? He said, yeah. And I said, I don't think you wanna do that. All this is on tape, you know that?
Okay.
I said, you don't want to do that. I said, that property, that ground is no more than 4 or 5 feet deep at the deepest. I said, in some places it's less than that. I said, it hits solid, yeah. I said, it hits solid lava. And so they backed out on it, see. But if they had bought it, and I knew about it, and he found out, I mean, I didn't do it to get even. I was really doing it to do my job.
Taking us all, and I want to look just real quick.
Say for pulling yourself. Before she gets up there and looks at your body.
I gotta look at this, she's doing this.
What she's doing,
Makeup on
Yeah.
She knows I'm gonna be upset if this gets you too emotional, so she's gonna get me laughing so hard that nothing's gonna make any difference. The thing that's got me worried, she's not smiling about any of this.
It's not a happy day.
Well, I don't get to ask to play a solo very often, you guys. So I want to make it nice. I played the same solo at a party.
Come on, Gypsy. Come on.
Or even eyebrows. Carl, you got your eyebrows.
What eyebrows? I never saw Johnson Yellow's
What are you
eyebrows.
doing?
We've got buttons undone.
Just 2 minutes. Where's my eyebrows?
That was this guy that just said that lousy thing.
Well, the problem is,
Hey.
he's right. No, I have lots. They're from here to here and here to here. They're just blonde. Yes.
Okay, Carolyn.
Hello?
Pop fingers.
Got your perfume.
Oh, for...
You play with your teeth?
She's playing with her teeth.
She can't take it now.
Shut it. Hey,
You really gotta tickle those ivories to know.
Is this... Hey, I think she's getting out the dental floss.
Oh, no.
Was this part of the piano solo or something?
No, she's just getting ready for it. She's gotta.
I want to make this special glass.
She did do up her 2 top buttons, too.
Well, I tell you what, we're getting all old enough. We might have one pass away before you get here.
What did he say?
We're all getting old enough have one pass away before she gets up there.
You look at the gray hairs in this family.
I'm just looking around this room, everybody but Kristen and Jim and Lorraine.
Mine just turned blonde.
Okay,
Right here, the whole strip.
I don't think this piano's quite right. Brian, could you pull it out about, well, a fourth of an inch on this end? I think it'll sound better if you do that.
Okay, I'll try.
Oh, that's enough, that's enough. That's perfect.
You want to hurry it coming up.
Well, at least the hernia is there. There's a worse place you could have grabbed hold of.
At least you're gonna have a hernia to nice music.
Brian says he's got a hernia.
I'll go to my piano on playing.
Mom hit the match, we need to light the candle.
Where's the...
What is going on?
She needs some attention at home.
Gary's not
For
sure.
so long, she's milking
Oh, look
it.
at that, she brought her own candle. You gonna light it too?
No.
Oh, children's song's going away. Uh-oh. We're in trouble now.
Would you hold that one, Brian? My leg.
She's gonna play a respect on it.
while she's playing.
Gypsy's enjoying this.
She says, look at her making such a fool out of herself. This is so embarrassing. Look at her. She says, my God, how long can this go on? She said, I'm so glad my hair's down in front of my eyes.
I've never had my fingers quick on the keys. Have you? No.
This would make a good oil actor.
It needs it too.
Please don't hold the hanky up afterwards.
You wanted your keys cleaned, didn't you?
Needed it.
You said about tickling me
That towel's dried up.
Is that the song?
Hold it up and put it, or you can just floor going.
She's wiping off the makeup she just put on.
Perspiring, I bet.
It's hard work.
I gotta see this Pepto-Bismol go down.
Jenny needs to take Pepto-Bismol for her.
You got this, Carl. It's upside down. That's all right, Gypsy. You know it.
She's so embarrassed, look at Gypsy, she's so embarrassed.
Do I know this person? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
bifocals, you're just looking through the wrong half.
Oh, okay.
There, yeah, that'll do it.
Now what? Yep.
You need a spoon.
Drink is great.
Where did she put it on?
Oh, how about
She actually drank it up. It's all right, Gypsy. She's okay.
With you that this afternoon. I'm sorry.
Come borrow mine.
Well, we got one chord past anything we've done before.
I did it at a party last night.
I was gonna say, Bonnie came up and turned your music right.
Yes, yes, and he was sitting back at the table just dying, you know, all these ladies were sitting around there. And I put a jacket on and I had glasses that had one lens out, so when I wipe my eyes out, you know, I didn't want to.
And Rick's side, the upside down music.
I know, last night I made sure the piano was turned so they could, the music was upside down. And I had some rollaways.
Pretty song, Caroline.
Are you kidding? I don't play music. You're still waiting for the song?
I thought you were gonna drink something that looked intoxicating.
I was really looking forward to a song. Go get Janie. She could play for us.
Her playing days are over.
Right.
Competition.
They are not over, and I don't want to hear it.
Oh, my word. Nobody's got the touch like Janie does. It was wonderful when she played.
In the middle of the second song, and
Oh.
So did they have her start over?
no. And then he had to just, yeah, she came out just.
Who's the judge? Parkinson?
I don't remember which judge it was, but this is the first, I mean, she's always gone in there really scared, you know, I've been really scared. And when she came out, and she finally talked after 2 hours, you know, laying on the bed, sobbing, you know. I said, well, Jane, tell me about it. And she said, Mom, she said, she didn't even look up from her paper. She was in, and the lady said, this is Jane Johnson, and they were going to you know.
I'm sorry, but I just want to go to bed tonight.
No, it's at Fort Union.
Hello, Trent.
His good time is 10 o'clock, and
Hello.
it's party time.
right.
So funny.
At night?
Yeah.
Oh. He's out of the grass for about an hour.
The wester you got, the more Wild West it would be, and it's not.
It's north or
Michael says, Dad, am I going to have to start wearing cowboy boots?
Are you recording, Carl?
Uh-huh.
Hey, who was it? Bishopric. Who was it that? Shane? Oh yeah, when Shane came home. Did you hear that one when Shane came home on his deal and he says no when he was home, at least one of the bishopric had cowboy boots on?
yes.
He knew
That's
his
right.
home.
We've never had a bishopric that one of them didn't.
Do something. You're being taped.
That's Montana.
Okay.
That's the
Hello. That's a way.
I got that one because of
Trent.
He says, listen,
Just
don't push it. He said, my mommy, what?
Oh, did I scare him? Oh, great, now he's gonna cry. I just love it too. Just love it.
Trent, you're just And kicks are his favorite, because he can roll them into speakers.
I love it when he gets a Cheerio on a flat surface and sticks his little finger down and goes,
I think we've all forgotten that, or we have.
okay, here we go, let's get another one.
Everybody's looking at me. Why is everybody looking at me?
Are you kidding me? About time everybody started
Yeah,
looking at me.
okay.
He deserves it.
Come on, I used to be the center of attention until Uncle Carl was moving.
Do this, Trent, go. Hey, hey you.
Marie,
You won't do it
go over there and see if he'll hit you with something and go.
Good, this is a fun trick.
Oh no, we left the lotion bottle home. Don't get something dangerous. Oh, get one of those papers.
Come on, give me a Cheerio mouth. Give me a Cheerio mouth. Come on. Last night he had the lotion bottle, and there wasn't enough lotion in it, so that he could hold it by the end of it and wrap it around, you know. And he'd hit me with it, and then he'd go, oh.
In other words,
better, and he'd kiss me.
last week Carl left here with hickeys on his forehead and Marie left with lumps on her head.
Yes, we
I
just
guess.
take a beat and keep on kicking.
Huh. Likes his cereal.
John, good boy, you want some
Did
spaghetti?
you want to give him some spaghetti or something?
No. Hey, I don't think he's hungry, because we fed him a lot of carrots before we came over, and then he had a bunch of popovers. And
You guys
remember when I forgot to feed Candy and she was so weak she fainted? When she was about that old? No.
I gotta get this one.
She was dehydrated. I remember that clear as a bell. She was sitting over there on the couch, and she'd keep falling over. And Carol, I gotta call the doctor, so she called the doctor, and she got off and she says, she needs a drink of water fast. I remember that.
That story has changed so much.
Well,
In one of us is mind.
Let's pick out which one is better, and we'll stick to that
I thought that she was so hungry that she couldn't.
No, because that was the first time I'd heard dehydration. I didn't know what it meant.
Are you choking?
Did the doctor tell you she was dehydrated?
I don't remember that. I think I
Okay,
figured
I don't
it out.
know if you called the doctor or something,
Okay,
but
I
you called
figured it out.
somebody.
Now, wait a minute.
I finally figured out that I hadn't given her any food or water for about 24 hours because of various things that had
How old
come up.
was she?
I wouldn't tell her, would you, Paul?
Is this true?
No
You
wonder
on camera, wouldn't you?
Candace got
I've
problems.
done some bad things in my life. I mean, I went to a drug treatment center, Carolyn, but
I don't think
I can talk about that, you know what I'm saying?
You know what they call that nowadays? Yeah.
neglect.
Child abuse.
That's okay.
Oh, I dropped him, Tran. I dropped him.
She's paid you back, right?
Yes, she paid me back. I can prove it in a court of law.
That's why she wants you to have a Franklin planner.
Oh, you guys, I gotta tell you, Candace got a boyfriend. Have I told, I think
And he
I
has a
told you.
planner?
No.
Don't tell me they plan things
Hey,
together.
he is so cute. I mean, I've seen his picture. And he's
Yes,
so cute.
and it's gonna be a good romance as long as they aren't around each other very long, but I know that if they're around each other very long, they won't like each other. But
Is he Oriental?
No, he lives in Fairhaven, Utah, and he has 2 Oriental brothers.
Oh, really?
But it's so cute, she sent him a bracelet for Valentine's Day with his name and her name underneath, and then, but get this, he came up Friday night, stayed all night with his dad, only Candace had been invited to, Candace had been invited to go down to Provo with Song, and she couldn't decide. She says, well, if I could just see Robert for 5 minutes, that'd be enough. Yeah, I'm not too worried about this romance. So she saw Robert for 5 minutes. He gave her a cute stuffed dog, a little box of chocolate.
Oh, my God.
And then she's long enough to have fun.
How old is she?
I was just gonna say, how old is she?
Well, she'll be 15 this summer.
I've got 21, 20, and 17-year-olds that won't have anything to do with the opposite
Hey,
What am I doing wrong here?
No, Marie, Marie,
17-year-old.
Candace won't either at school, but she likes Robert. See, because he's in a distance and and she likes
As long as there's lots of them, you're
letters
fine.
and she likes the gifts.
When it goes down to one, you
But
gotta worry.
when our families are together, her and Robert don't have a lot to do with each other. They just want a boyfriend and a girlfriend.
You know what else she likes?
She won't.
She likes to be able to say, I got a boyfriend.
She does. She's got a picture.
Good.
Well,
She ain't show all the kids. It's just a perfect situation.
I'm gonna be 93 and I won't have any grandkids.
Oh, don't worry about that, it'll come
I'm
quick enough.
worried.
And then you gotta babysit if you have grandkids.
Come
And then
quick
Mary-
enough.
And then Mary invited somebody to preference. Of course, she's gonna stay in school.
Oh, she looked so cute when she came today. She had the
Didn't she,
cutest dress on and high heels and
Hey, that was a
pumps.
pretty dress.
Oh, she looked cute. Had black stockings and pumps and a cute flower dress.
So do you want to talk about her
She looked
school
really
deal?
feminine.
Well, I'm just not gonna worry about it because we did, I mean, this is, I'm finally getting to the point where I can say we did everything we could. People will say, well, Carolyn, have you ever tried grounding her? And I'm going, when she was 5.
Did you try lying and saying, yes, she had my permission?
What? To what?
You want the, I know, you want the tricks, you want the kicks out of it. Yeah.
You tried
He
that?
said, well, no, because Marina, I didn't want her to get out of it. I wanted her, see, she's never gonna respond till she gets. But,
When does she go back again?
a week from tomorrow.
And then she'll have all
But
that
she
to
is-
make up?
No, she can't make it up. She's gonna flunk this quarter no matter
Oh,
what.
really?
Yeah.
Just a quarter?
Huh?
Just a quarter?
Carolyn,
She got flunked the first 2, so.
I wasn't meaning that was the right thing to do. I just wondered why you didn't.
Remember, she got that nipple pasta. Is it?
Uh-huh.
What?
A nipple pasta.
We got bunches of stuff for the birthday boy.
Fine.
Now that you push down. David, you're right in the way.
Kitchen.
Yeah. You push it down and then put it on the kitchen and it'll. What's that? What's that? Oh, and you gotta watch that. You gotta watch that Disney one. It's so funny.
They just know what you love.
Yes, we've got some fun stuff.
Somebody gave this to us.
We got his first tractor.
Like animals?
We got the tractor.
I'll tell you where it goes. Fun.
That's really funny. You pull it back and it just goes berserk. It's just hilarious.
Do it in the kitchen then.
Trent, what's it called?
It goes around.
It twirls around for a minute and then it'll go straight someplace. It's just a hoot.
That little Disney.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Where's the card?
Where's the card? Oh, I was gonna say, did we get out here with the card? Chris, you're right in the camera. Boo.
Oh,
Boo, sweetie
Nice
pie.
picture of your bum.
Yeah, legs.
Okay.
I could almost see him through his legs.
The rookie of the year who's already made a hit with everyone. To our most special fans.
Yeah, heck with that. Give me that car.
Hey, yo.
Hey, where you going, bud?
It's
Where
right
you
in
going?
Come here. It's the perfect size for one now. Come here. Say, that's fun. Here, look.
We've got lots of fun stuff that you probably don't get to go in the kitchen and play with. That's what we got, is stuff to play in the kitchen, huh? Woo.
You have to show him your hand over the
Oh, did he have an accident?
a bad one. That was awful.
Did you get a burn or did you smash it? Oh, shoot. Oh, Chrissy.
Trent!
David.
This is gonna be so fun.
We looked and looked until we found just the right thing.
Oh, Trent, man. Look. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, there's a whole bunch of people. Janie,
Fun.
a bunch of bums on this tape is all.
Trent, looky.
Won't they stay in there if you stand it up, Chrissy?
Yep. Yeah, you have
No, they
No,
won't.
they do. Look, you push them on, and then they don't come
Oh,
off.
okay, because I didn't think they just fell out.
Yeah, see, look, they're...
Oh, okay, because I thought, well, how come they're just falling out of there?
No, you push them on.
Listen to him making the car sounds. Trent!
Trents are men. Look.
Do you know what I looked for and I couldn't find it?
Look. This one will be so fun to do. I can play with that phone, huh? And look.
That's what I looked for him for, was a little telephone.
Yeah, look. Where's this one?
But I thought that was kind of cute. You could pop him out too and take him in the bag. You know, take a couple of them in the diaper bag.
And look, a mirror.
I'm
Up
gonna
at
get blood
Nelson's, and we
pressure
just
now.
ran in there.
You went into what?
And Jim's mom and dad, and nobody was there.
Yeah.
Nobody didn't know we were coming or anything.
Yeah.
And they left an iron on the floor, and we didn't see it. It was our fault.
Oh gosh.
Anyway, I was just, oh, awful.
And
he
his
didn't even
hand?
act like he's fine. He
Oh,
cried.
yeah.
Gene, look out for
Yeah,
Steven,
yeah, he
sister.
cried a little bit, but then we sprayed it with some Amnesic, and after that it was, he hasn't acted like it hurts at all.
Do you remember when Chris dropped the iron on his foot?
No, don't
Yeah.
talk
He still got
about
a scar on it.
I'm scared to
Really?
Yeah, he's still got a scar there. But
I'm gonna give him my present now.
it didn't, you know, he didn't really act like it bothered him. I was just dying, but
Go down the
Yeah, I think their skin is so sensitive.
I don't think the nerves are, well, and I don't think the nerves are as close to the surface either. What? Now that,
You guys so much fun.
now do the other one, so, oh, is it barking? Now that's something that Chris had when he was a baby, Chrissy, and he wanted to give that to him, so.
My grandma gave it to me. Oh, that's a special toy. Did you hear that?
Now you have your own
Now you have a puppy. Don't get it too close.
You don't want to upset.
David.
We like those kind of things.
Set it down, David, Chris. Set it down so it's not so scary. So don't let it be too scary. It used to hop along the floor. I think its hopper is dead.
Does it work on the
I don't know if it works on the kitchen or not.
Trents are oh, they just spoiled you. Give me so much. Look at this fun thing. Yeah, I like them because you can take them out. And look, you can push this up.
Do you remember that one I used to have in the crib?
Yeah.
And the kids had, yes, and they had more fun with that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll...
Yeah, and you can hang this up too. You know, just put, well, we could put a little thing in
Even if you
here.
just hung it with the ribbon or something, but he'd probably pull them out. But then, you know, he'd probably pull them out and throw them over the side. That's probably what he... The crib is the Ottawa.
This is so fun. Can you tell them thank you very much?
Oh, wait a minute. Where's the... There's something else, Janie. Yeah, where's the little Ninja Turtle? Did we not get it in the sack again?
I'm speaking up to get it.
Oh, there's so much I don't know what to play with.
I love it.
Oh, Trent, look. Looky at the Ninja Turtles. Like the dog.
Not quite. That's just so funny. Oh, that's just so funny. You'll scare him. Oh, scare him. Now don't scare him with it, Chris, or he won't like it. Chris, if you scare him with it, he won't like it. Oh, that's just too weird.
Did you see that sucker? Oh, in the cute Ninja Turtles. Did you make these?
Yeah.
They're so cute.
Raphael.
That is so cute.
I made 30 of them for the boys' parties, and nobody took them with them, so. Well, some of them did, but.
And you know what some of David's friends did? They go, I'm going to eat at home. I don't want floppy joes and stuff.
Trent, if you ever do that, I'm going to beat your bum.
Hey, they ate every bit of it.
I know.
I ate they're just funny.
And everybody got in trouble at least
Oh,
like
it was just awful.
50 times.
Chris's party was so nice, I thought, oh, this will be a breeze, no problem. David's was just awful. It was just awful.
It wasn't me.
Do not have a slumber party with 13 9-year-olds. It does not work.
Downstairs and, like, they
Trian!
the ghost on, this goes on the baby.
It's detachable bib overalls. Isn't that cute?
You know
Oh,
what?
yes, on that.
They're cute. And this kid said that he saw this ghost turning his clock as fast as can, opening
Trian!
and shutting the doors. And it scared us all half to death.
Janie, those
Just
are
letting all-
darling.
They take too long. If you're in the store for a whole hour,
Where'd you get
we're
them?
so fun. J.J. Cookies. Yeah.
Too expensive for me. She had to buy them with her own money. They were $30. But she's wanted a pair, and they'll last forever.
Yeah.
They'll fit me, so she can wear them all through high school.
Janie, those
That's
are
Richard's
darling.
favorite store.
Yeah.
Hey, there was some cute stuff in there. I have never bothered to go in because,
Because it's expensive.
well, it's kind of expensive and it's really young. You know, I mean, it's, I don't have any place, well, I just don't have any place to wear anything like that. So,
It's so fun.
you know, so you don't really shop there.
This is like Christmas. Fun.
God, when I look at his head, it makes my whole body.
See, we wanted a private party. We wanted a private party.
His whole hand was red. and then it looked like,
Yeah.
it looked like it melted. It was just white, a big white line.
Oh, shoot.
And then yesterday afternoon, I bet you it was raised about a quarter of an inch.
Oh, shoot.
But he
poor
didn't act,
thing.
I mean, he'd rub
I've got to
it and
see it
everything. He
closer.
didn't act like
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It would hurt me.
Look, it comes
I
out.
wish these legs would work because they can
Oh.
walk.
I might in the kitchen. Did it?
No,
It-
it's fall and slip and everything. Should.
Oh, but he likes the bark.
Jan.
I like it, huh?
Oh, that funny noisy scene. Oh, shut up. That's what you're supposed to do.
I
Say,
just have a real
say,
pet.
shut up, dog. I'm not in the mood. That's why it's nice to have one you can take the battery out of.
Oh, pet is nice, yeah.
Tran. Tran.
Maybe he just thinks he's petting it.
Do you like the doggy? What's this? He says, what's this?
You know some.
Now let's see, how does that work? I don't quite understand this.
That was so funny.
Oh my goodness, a big cereal mouth. Oh.
His whole face goes like this when he does that. Oh, have a fun present, huh? Fun is birthday. Oh, this is so cute.
The first is always the best.
Cute.
The first birthday is always the best.
Mommy has as much fun as Trent around with this thing. Yeah, I like that one, huh?
8 in 1 play center.
I see it. Try it now. Look at it. Try it. I gotta work this thing some more.
I'm just curious if he's gonna figure that out. Tell me about the doggy, Trent. Ruff, ruff.
Chrissy, you know what? Just bring up some just
The doggy.
and we're gonna wear it to my party and stuff.
Doggy.
Fun. Look, push this green thing. Look, push it right here. Push it.
Get that thing away from me. We're done with that.
Play with here.
We're done with that. Doesn't everybody know?
Push it down. Oh, you can turn it. That's fun.
Have you seen this one yet?
Uh-uh. It's a better than Christmas. Oh.
Pancakes some more. Well, the pancakes a little bit more.
Lucky.
Chris? No, I just didn't want you to turn that thing.
Looks pretty good. No.
Fire truck.
Oh. That's Nita. Here's something for Mama. Oh, that's...
Well, that was, I don't know. You probably want to do it in different colors or something, but
That is
you can
so
have that if you want, 'cause I'm not
cute.
gonna.
That is dark.
What? Yeah, I can.
Oh, this is cute, yes. I love it.
Well, I didn't have anybody yet enough to put it in their room anymore, so.
It's pop out and everything.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
So I don't have to cut the
Oh,
plastic.
well, I was gonna say, if you have to cut the plastic, you probably won't get it done, because that's why I didn't do it.
Oh, do you want it
No.
back?
Who are you taping? There's no one over there.
I'm taping Chris.
Oh, good.
Don't tape me.
Come in and tips are fun toys. Look like some nice.
Whoa, I can't see it.
Oh,
What's that?
tractor?
Oh, there you are.
Tractor?
I'm looking up at the ceiling. Hi.
There! Forgot to work.
Yeah?
See. Oh, I bet it will on if it's not on the carpet.
Trent.
You do it if you want to, Trish.
Oh. Hi.
We want to play some
Hi.
Hi.
Well, don't look away.
Did you see it hop?
Hop and crash.
Hi, Trent.
Well, one.
Bye, Trent.
Obviously, it's quite old. Oh, but he loves that part. No.
Here's the lady making all the noise.
Not making any noise. So fun! Next. Oh my God. Will you ever get to sleep tonight? Nice all this stuff, huh? I just, it's amazing to me how they learn everything they learn, you know. I know. And, you know, and it starts with little things like that. Well, and how they know what they're supposed to do next. You know, what makes them want to walk? I know. There's no reason for them to. No, because they get around really fast. Yeah. They usually fall and get hurt. Mm-hmm. So why? It's not a pleasant thing for them. Why do they want to? He was doing so good before he got sick, and now he doesn't want to try. Yeah. Well, maybe he just doesn't remember it so much. The people.
Inside, Williamson will jam it. Nice strong move. You love to see a guy get it inside and finish it with the glove.
Hey, we really have to.
Yeah, we got spoon back. Hey, you don't know that the dead ones might be there too.
I'd feel really lucky if everybody that wasn't dead gay.
Are there very many around here still?
Mom, you need to close the curtain.
Go to Grandpa.
Well,
Mom, you need to close the curtain.
I don't, let's see. Who's somebody's at
That's a good sign.
Well,
I don't care. I don't care. Just fill your phone.
Fern is in
Trent. Trent.
Mom, look at me. If the glare is on the camera, Virginia Palmer. Well, we'll open it. You know, Mom, down what?
That's the time I used to have come. I heard say everybody.
almost
Oh,
everybody.
just get cake from everybody, isn't it?
Every family. I think there were 60.
Sit down. Go downstairs and shake.
Red light's on, means it's on.
Oh, I was gonna bring your pictures from the dance. I wanted to show off your dress. Shucks, I forgot. I know, she's cute.
Hi. I have Frank hairs all over my shirt.
Weekly earnings are gone.
But I thought Grant Theft was he stole $500 from me.
This is so stupid.
What did you fall in the pit, you died?
Chris,
Well,
look.
I don't know.
Chris, look.
Bye. Hi, Michael. There's candy right there.
Myself so my dad. Wait. I'm taking a picture of myself so my dad can. So my dad's wrong.
About what?
Because Mom said.
Let's take a car for me.
What? When's the time?
Or with my husband.
Does that look pretty good?
Probably not as good as home.
Hey, let me tell you, this one couple I knew at work. They wanted to do with their,
Wow.
well, her brother.
You guys have plenty of cake.
And what they did was, it was a cruise and they would just meet every day for dinner. And yet,
I don't even know what to do with this now. Okay, now we need you to change shapes.
You know, Carolyn, if you don't turn your face up, we won't know who's on the lying on the floor when we watch this film.
Well, you know,
Watch
hey,
film. Watch
Alright.
this film.
This
This film.
North of you. Hello.
What I wanna know is, did you see the headache through the lens?
No.
Carolyn, when I
We
was
didn't get it.
about 12 years old, we went down to Grandma's down at Richmond,
Uh-huh.
and there was a faith healer or whatever on television. He used
Who's
to,
this?
what,
She was
that it?
blonde?
I don't know. He used to hit the guys in the head right here and say, heal. And come on down and let me heal you.
That's Oral Roberts.
Is that Oral Roberts?
In the head.
Well,
Well, you
Sharon,
know.
my sister had an awful bad headache when we got back.
So you hit
I
her.
walked up, yeah, I did. I just said, well, I got something for you. Guys who saw on television, I said, just relax now, I'll heal you. And I hit her in the head with my hand,
She
you
had
know.
a whiplash forever. Oh my
And I
God.
said, heal. Well, as she blacks out, comes to, well, her headache was gone, but she had the imprint of my hand.
Oh my word.
An axe will work too.
Huh?
An axe will work too.
An axe will, yeah.
Fly directly to the neck.
Oral Roberts, that's right, that's what it was.
Let's see, have you changed shapes of this headache yet?
Did you hear Mom, everybody?
What?
Somebody else. Oh, what? She uses an axis for splitting headaches. Who said it?
Started with Dad.
Hey, you didn't tell me to, you haven't even asked me what shape it was.
Yeah, did
She
you have?
said square.
No,
Everybody else said square.
Oh, what? Oh,
It's the shape of a lozenge.
She has a sepacol in her brain.
All's mentholyptus.
She has a chloroseptic in her brain. She inhaled it. She stood on her head as she was sucking it. That's the problem. Roll your nose and you'll be okay.
It'll all come out.
In private.
Yes, please, not when you're around us. It's gross.
Janie?
Okay, you need to change the shape of this lozenge.
Well, tell him to come up here.
Lozenge into something more pleasant, right?
So I can tell it's got a hole in the
I'm
middle.
telling that everybody came to visit with him and he needs to come up for now.
That's a good one. Cotton balls, there we go.
Oh, yes, that's very good. Okay, concentrate on the softness of this cotton ball. Now you also need to change the color of this cotton ball. Soft, soothing color.
Black.
Dusty gray.
Dusty gray.
It looks like a dust bunny.
With mauve outlines.
Okay, we forget that one. We're gonna go on to something else. It looks like this dust bunny.
Grandma's new front room.
I think Mary's dust bunnies weren't dust bunnies. I think they were like dust gorillas or something, weren't they?
You walk in the room and it is a gorilla.
Don't just leave her in suspense.
Maybe we could shorten this thing and we could take the stress and the headache away at the same time.
I like Brian's.
You'd have to kill her children to do that.
That's it.
Right, Carolyn?
Do or die.
That's right.
What would happen if we have the blue ooze come in and take the place of the headache? Maybe that would be better. We could just shorten both of these processes.
To know that I'll have a stomach ache.
Oh, this stuff.
Listen, my headache is directly attached by umbilical cord to 4 kids, so.
You'll never get rid of it then. It's always going to be there.
It feeds off of them.
Well, then let's go on a trip and leave them.
We'll just stretch.
Maureen, come listen to this, would you?
Maria, are you still thinking?
Hello, Jay.
Yes. I mean, you know, it's just.
Yep, that's what it means.
Easier said than
Better
done.
yet, by the way, the headache that you didn't really have in the first place is
Oh,
really gone.
No, it's still here, and I'm suing somebody, I'll
And
tell you
it's,
that.
and it's a dust bunny sitting in your brain. That does
What was that one lady said something about a dog came and licked it up?
Rose.
Hearts in her brain.
Oh, yeah.
She said a
bulldog.
Oh, bulldogs are
Oh, yes, yes. That's what it was.
I think she's making fun of it, don't you?
Yes, I do too.
And she said that you need to pretend like it's something a little soft.
Put on your toenails.
Violent and,
They just go weird.
Gee.
I don't have any either. Mine look weirder than her. I had mine taken off, so mine really look weird.
Well, I have mine cut off and it don't look any worse than that. I mean, my toes.
You got your toes off, Brian?
Yeah, I cut my toes off.
Oh, there's a cute face.
I thought you shot it off with a gun.
Huh?
I thought you shot it with a gun.
It's a different story for, oh man, I ain't shoot it off.
I want to see
Different
his
story for
toes.
us altogether.
No, Rick did his with the lawnmower. You shot yours off. I'm
No, I didn't
sure.
run with the lawnmower.
You shot yours off.
No, I did not shoot mine off.
You did it with the lawnmower.
Oh, yeah, it's been.
How old were you? Seventh grader? Yep.
Does Rick have no toes?
I
No,
was.
his mom band-aided it back on, and that is the truth.
And it stayed?
It stayed, but it's real strange.
Are they upside down?
Should we compare toes, shall we?
Yes.
We better not, because I'll win, you guys.
Like this game where you take your shoes off, do we?
I do. I'll have somebody that looks
I have
worse
three
than mine.
missing. How about you?
Huh?
I got three missing. How about you?
I did one.
I'm gonna check
Got
that
what?
one.
That's not missing. They
This material is really the style right now, isn't it?
What's really this?
I know.
Always Tracy knows.
I got a pink one that looks just, I have a pink one that looks just about like this, only it doesn't have the design of the pocket to go with a gray suit, and it is so gorgeous, but I don't hardly dare take the jacket off, because is it supposed to look that wrinkled? I don't know. Because you iron it, and you go sit in the car, and then you get out to go wherever it was you were going, wherever you're supposed to be. And it's all wrinkled, because it's just that fabric, isn't it?
Arm.
He won't do anything with that cup in his hand.
Armpit.
Come on, Trent, do my armpit.
Do armpit.
Come on.
Patty cake.
Patty cake, patty cake. Big
Come on, do it.
Big pancake.
For heaven's sakes, do something.
Roll
Well,
it,
I'm up.
roll it. Mark it with the T. You like to mark it. Looky. Mark it with the T. Mark it.
He says, why should I do anything to get?
No, that's what I was thinking. He's thinking, well, I don't need to do anything. I'll get all this attention.
Okay.
Says I need to go watch everybody make fools out of themselves trying to get me to do something.
Look at Frank joke with Daddy there.
Trent.
We're gonna give that poor kid an
Marcus,
inferiority complex.
I don't think for a minute we're gonna give him an inferior complex.
Patty cake, patty cake.
We give him too much attention.
Hey, this is off the subject, but I heard the funniest story at Chris Crapo's shower the other day. Girl in her work. Her mom was telling her when she was a brand new baby, she had her in one of those, you know, a chair in the grocery store, and she was leaning over the frozen foods to get something, and she lost her balance, so she caught herself, and she hit Chris's chair
And it fell in this
out into the frozen turkey. And she was so embarrassed, she went right on the other side of the store and made Gordon go and get her.
She left her there.
Funny.
Well, at least I didn't leave stepping on the sidewalk and have you go sliding on.
That's right.
Well, we all had experiences like that. I dropped Michael off the doctor's table on the other side and reached down and grabbed it. I mean, leaned over the table and reached down and grabbed his ankle, thinking it would be better for him not to fall. And the only thing it did was make him come swinging back and hit the table. Kaboom! I thought, oh my heavens.
Yeah, Trent, this is my baby.
Oh no, thank heavens. And I thought, oh, I hope he quits crying before the doctor gets it.
No, doctor didn't see it.
No, the doctor didn't see it. And my first thoughts was, oh, if Doris knew I'd done this, she would die. I thought, oh.
Yeah, I can. That's right.
Well, I can remember the day Mom left Carl at Sacrament and forgot to take him home, so.
Is that right?
We did that. We did that with
more than once.
Carolyn. Was it?
I remembered you doing it to Carl, Ken.
Oh, now how come this is doing this again? Oh, bummer.
Yeah, and
It's both
I
might
guess
be
we were
charged.
supposed to go pick you up.
Oh, yeah, from
And
primary.
somebody called and said, do you remember? Yeah, primary.
Yes, I remember that. And that, let's see. That's such a slow.
We have Carl at Sunday.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm lucky, he still came back.
I got home and he wasn't there, and everybody said, "Where's Carl?"
Well, I went to, took some neighborhood kids and my kids to a picnic in a park.
Numero uno.
We figured out when I got home.
You remembered all the neighbor kids, though, huh?
Oh, yeah, you don't dare forget them, you get sued, but you get your own, you can't sue yourself.
I mean, there was this couple.
Did your wife tell you what had happened? Well,
What?
after I talked to you, I called Bill Pett, tell me what's the chances
Oh,
are.
look at me. She does have big shoulders.
Yes, it is, 'cause I'm gonna get a picture of
Okay,
your
now-
mother coming out of the
Okay,
bathroom.
but I want to tell you, this next Saturday, this is on our TNT.
What's on our TNT?
This guy that goes like this.
I think you're gonna have to stand over here because of that light. Come over here. Oh, okay. No. Okay, can we all see Daddy's face here?
Okay.
Okay.
Next Saturday morning, there will be a guy on TV named Hondo, and he will go like this. And he stays like that the whole movie. He'll say, "Look, here come the Indians.
Where's your mother?
Those Indians are okay."
What did I miss?
Here comes Grandma. Grandma's over there. Grandpa's with her.
Here we are. I just thought I had to get a picture of us
Okay,
down
but
here.
the best part, kids, is
Get
going
Grand
to be...
Forks.
Get back to the best, the
It's going to be when I have a stroke and die. Mommy is going to tell Gary Nolder how she wants me prepared, and we're not going to tell Grandma ahead of time, okay? And Grandma's going to come in to see me in my casket, and I'm going to be like this.
Well, and Doris, what did I do when we started pulling these faces? Grandma's dying. I had just about wet my pants. And here's Carl. Here's Carl. And then what did you say at the end of the movie, Carl? We'll know it's catching if what?
I don't know.
The dog even
if
did it, you know, the dog barked.
If the dog... First of all, we said, well, no, it's catching if the lady does it. And just then she goes... And so then we looked at the dog and he goes...
I can't even keep the camera on him because my glasses are fogging up.
Okay, I'm done with the show.
Okay, no, wait a minute. We still have a few things here to talk about. Sit up a minute. Okay.
What?
Okay, now we need, now, now, let's see, what else do we need to discuss? Oh, I know what we need to discuss and capture for posterity is the lemon.
You had to be there. You're going to have to tell him about that when we get home.
Doris, tell us about the lemon.
You tell him. Here, give it to me. You tell him about the lemon.
Oh, no. Would you like me to squeeze your lemon?
This is what you do with it. If anybody squeezes the lemon, this is what you do.
And then what do you do,
Show us
Carl?
what you don't do when they say
Yeah,
you're
what-
making a squeezer. Or you don't either do this
You
or
don't
do
do
that,
this.
Grandma.
Do this or what? You don't slurp it. You gotta slurp it. Now, I suppose when we get back home they can ask me why that came about. Now, what else do we need to clarify now as we're here?
There's nothing left.
Oh, I do need to clarify the apartment. You have been seeing Daddy, and you've been seeing Grandma and Grandpa. And you think that we may be in a big apartment. Well, this is it. You've seen the whole room. It's just
Show him where I lay when I talk to him on the phone.
this is where Daddy lays when he talks on the
Okay,
phone.
now show him where I am when I watch TV.
This is where Daddy is when he watches TV.
Show him where I am when I read a book. No.
Oh.
Not where I'm at. Right
Oh,
there.
okay.
Show him where I'm at when I...
Now, what other bed do we have in here tonight? We have... Oh, where is it? Oh, we have this army cot.
What about this one?
And...
Show him where he's at when he...
When he what?
Oh, when I go to the bathroom.
That's where he was when he read the book.
I have a 2-room apartment. Show him
We
the
better
other
get a
room.
picture of this room, which we had no towels. We had to dry our hands on toilet paper last night.
And a sweatshirt.
And a sweatshirt.
Well, we really have rough
Where is the light? Oh. Okay, this is the other room of the house. And this is the kitchen sink and the bathroom sink.
Okay, and this is where I am when I go to the bathroom.
Oh, Carl, you're so disgusting. Ah.
And when he reads it,
And this is the kitchen. We have 2 meals in this
These
kitchen.
are the kitchen shelves.
The kitchen shelves. We have. What else is up there? Oh.
That's the breakfast nook up there.
This is the breakfast nook.
Yeah.
We have Slim Fast and cereal and a pound of sugar for me. And we should have gotten milk.
Oh, I'll run down and get some.
Will you?
Mhm.
How far do you have to go?
Just to that little store right
Perrier water, and we have really splurged since I came because we have squirt and milk and corsages. When I got here, there were dill pickles and a Perrier water, and that was it. Someone's on the phone.
Uh-huh.
Hold on. Okay. Here is Carl talking to the plant, of course.
How many suitcases you
Okay.
got?
Here is Grandma and Grandpa on their luxurious bed. We didn't get here till 11 o'clock last
Oh,
night.
you're gonna leave more at your
And
house?
here's TV that Daddy watches. This is the air conditioner.
You give that horse a permanent wage.
And this air conditioner does not work.
It sounds like a winner. I'll just come over and get you about 1:30.
Here are the shelves. Here is Athena. Oh, where'd she go? She's hiding. We fed her today, Mike.
I'm not sorry you didn't decide it. Sure.
Here's my bed.
You had a good future.
And here is the storage. Oh, there's my glass of
Outside
milk.
work, you feel okay about the area too?
Okay.
Well, you are. They're all Catholics, man. I'm in the minority.
I'm just going to get a quick picture of the hall. Here's a picture of the hall. And
Hey,
here's
I
an
bet.
apartment.
You mean because there isn't any back there? And I know it.
And here's an apartment. And all the way down there are apartments. And when you open up that door right there, and go up to the other doors. And those doors go outside and to the car. Goodbye. Here we are in Shelley. And the boys are playing in the neighbor's yard. Oh, go get in. Yeah, right, Chris. David, you don't have to mind him. Huh? That's right. Sure. Yeah, right. Better go get you.
Good shot! Hey, Chris, play now. Wait a minute. Mom, shut off the camera for a minute.
That wasn't very smart, Chris.
Mom, shut off the camera. Mom, zoom in.
Don't you get me.
Zoom in.
Don't you throw it at me.
You said that. Did I get you?
No.
Did it look like it?
Yep.
What are we doing? Hey, Chris, go do it again. No, you'll ruin the camera. Look like it. Ah!
Don't you get me.
Got you.
I think I'll film a little bit of our backyard, a bit of our house here. And don't forget, the yellow roses out there are just coming in bloom. Those are my favorite. And we have our raspberries in our garden. A trampoline. That's where the kids have carried and stacked the wood every year. Over here. We're washing and drying blankets and this is our shed. Frank, our cat. He loves it in the sun.
Don't give it up, I'm going back in.
Well, that's great, Frank. Thank you.
He doesn't want to run this far, but he wants it real bad, huh?
Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, we will go over to that. Flower beds definitely need to be taken care of, but it's all moving. This is a plum tree.
I'm going to get in the tub.
Our other plum tree. And a big apple tree that bears so good. I'm going to swing around here and a bit of the neighbors. Snowy tree. And basketball court that we built in the back of our house. Now we're going to go around to the front. We need to tape him first. Well, do it, Chris. I just started taping. What? Chris, you little brat. I'm right here. Just in the hose. Just stand on the sprinkler and rinse the grass off your shirt.
Stand on it?
Yeah, just pick it up and rinse it over you. It's all over your hair.
On my hair?
of our house side in front, and we have the flower baskets that go in front of those poles that we've moved to take with us. Our front yard. Weeping willows. And our neighbor's Linda's. Our little coot. And the pasture. And Landon's. And the Bella Johnsons. And Maidens. This is East People. Here we are at Nick's wedding. On the 14th of June. And Ethel and Uncle Lowell, who is my dad's sister and her husband. Jake, Gwen, and Nick. I can't get that a little focused a little better. And Wade. Tony and Roger. Is yours, is it showing up good or not too good? It's too blurry. Is yours? Maybe it's the light. Maybe it won't. I wonder if it's those bright lights over there behind. Or maybe on the other side it would be. Over on the other side. Does it? And I'm not getting anything different. And it's not very good. Anne and Lindsay were at the refreshment table. Hi, Eloise. Jake's mother. I think this picture's not very good.
We're gonna take ours first.
We gotta quit being like this every week. You know, if we don't get more punch, more cake than we should ever eat. What'd you say? I offered to make the damn punch. Mrs. McBride and Grandma, she says no way. You do better than I do. How you doing, Laura? Glad you came. What have you been up to? You been busy? Been busy lately? What have you been doing? Oh, you are? That's great. That's what Grandma told me. Laura. But they were.
They took more tonight.
See what I started? Really?
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, sorry. How rude.
Hello there, David.
Hi.
Did you come to see us again?
Yep.
Laura?
Be looking at this in a few days, maybe a few weeks.
We miss you. We miss having you here. Say that again, I did see ya. We miss Carl and Michael being here. Okay. We really do. Okay.
Did you get me on that one? Play it back and see if I come out okay. Play it back and see if I come out okay. Did you run that back? Run that backwards to see if we were okay in that?
Yeah, you're okay.
Was all right?
Yeah.
Could you read my lips?
What? Those two girls with the cookies. Oh. What? Hi. Hi. My best friend.
Whether it's ready or not, here it comes, right?
Oh, really? It's hard to see. What is it? Oh, I noticed he came out of the bathroom and I didn't decide yet because I'd never taken it out. What? I see that. Maybe I'll looks like a grandpa. Looks like my dad. That guy had never seen Thank you. I would like one of these. These are wonderful.
I hear about that.
Oh, but I'll never I had girls everywhere. But it is they changed it. Like the peddler? Start selling it now. Start selling. Like June 4th. Oh my God. Yeah, because when I went there, that's when we always got out. We started late September and then what are you doing now? I went there for 2 years and then I transferred to the Boys team. And I graduated. A lot better.
bring them
Come on,
in.
David. David, come on, sit on for me. Chris is in here, come on, hey.
Have you met Wayne? We have been introduced to this Wayne here.
I was out there the other night.
This is Theo. I was getting meeting myself as well. And we just I get to do it too, so move.
I want to do it too. Aaron,
He's already knows it. On twirly dress.
Yeah, they ain't too smart, dude, for wisdom teeth. They just go and take it.
I would.
Oh, gosh, yes. Might be more careful. I'm sorry.
Jane.
You can go watch the fire. Who are you guys?
What?
Well, why not? Introduce yourself.
I'm Jane.
Oh, so am I. You should say that. He's not Jake Jones. How are you next cousin? Who else's cousin are you? Robert and Dina.
There's Marsha. And there's Tom. There's Lindsay. There's the 1,000 times.
Wanted you to meet your cousin. Hi, this is your cousin Lisa. Lisa McBride.
Can we go back now?
I mean, it looks like it could be his.
Aaron.
That was two.
Well, we'd like to thank y'all for coming. We'd like to give special attention to Judy Levitt for making the cake, and for everybody who worked with the refreshments, my neighbors, and for all of my relatives, and for doing things for Vicki, what's your last name, Clark, and arranging the flowers and doing all the decorations. And we'd especially like to thank well, I guess they are our parents now, but I'd like to thank my parents for doing so much and for putting all this on. And just really happy you all came. That's all.
Thanks, it's great.
She didn't want to. Well, thank you.
Right on the Minnesota border. Part of Grand Forks is in Minnesota.
Yeah, we have pressure ice water.
New pot? Where's Wade?
Say hi.
Hi. Again.
We needed it.
You're just kidding.
Yeah, right.
He's in good shape, and we just want to have some contest in Salt Lake, so take my kids home, or your kids trying to go home. Can you put it away now? And maybe we'll get ready to go.
We all want to.
Hey, what are you doing?
Trying to focus this so I can see.
How's that? Hey, a cookie. All right, my favorite thing.
Aaron.
No, I wanted to. There were here downtown.
No, it isn't. It says, what? It says record. I'm not stupid.
I know, but you
way. Oh, down there?
Yeah, take that right there.
Don't look away.
Why? I've already had mine.
Is Eric at home?
Yeah, I've already had mine. This way and that way.
Eric, you don't even know. Now, what's he He's really been going with someone. You can send us in the funniest home videos, David. What? You can send us in the funniest home videos. There she is. What?
Take a picture of me, you'll break the
It's not broken yet.
Getting real close, I can see a crack in the lens. Do you see Matthew?
Yeah, it's kind of like what Chuck said about Jamie. Jordan and Jamie are the same age.
We glue that over that. Can't you do that without squinting? Try it.
Your nose.
No?
So is mine, Lynn. Shut up, Barrett. You know what? Sam, go get the bride. I already got them. I'm not filming you.
They're right over in the room. Go right in the kitchen.
I got the back of your hair.
I think she wants a picture. Take that girl, Are you bashful? Are you bashful?
You dance? Dance?
We'll put you up on the table.
Don't want to dance?
No? No.
Darren, you horse. What, Mom? Here. Hi, kiddo. Come here. Come here. I don't think I can sit. I don't think I can sit with the light. Oh, there we go. There we go.
He loves to have his
He
picture
knows when he's
taken.
been taped, doesn't he?
He does.
Trent, what's your name? What's your name?
Cute.
Cute. Say hi.
Are you taking it, Marie?
Yes. Hi.
It doesn't make any noise, does it?
Uh-oh. Trent, where's your truck? Where's your truck?
Oh, that's okay. That's what
Can
makes fun movies.
Can you?
Do patty cake, bake
Oh, yes, sir.
Roll it and roll it. Roll it and roll it. Mark it with a T. Mark it with a T.
Wow.
Mark it with a T. Remember? Look. Ooh, dirty hand. Mark it with a T. Throw it in the pan.
All right. Trent. Throw it in the pan. Wow. Wow.
Trent,
What you looking at?
do armpit. Do armpit. Armpit.
All right.
Armpit.
All right.
Armpit.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Trent, come here. Okay, listen. What does the tractor say? What does the tractor say? What does the tractor say? What does it say?
Come on, tell me. You gotta find one first. He's gotta find it first. Oh, well, oh, my glasses are foggy. Oh, mercy. Trent,
Here, have a piece of
Trent.
bread.
Where's it? Oh,
Whoa!
it's gotcha.
Are you hyper at all?
Oh, punch up.
What does the truck say?
Uh-oh. We got him started too early, didn't we?
No, he needs to go.
Oh, I hope that's my glasses, not the camera.
What does the tractor say?
Trent, what does the tractor say?
He's gonna spin it all over you.
Say,
Yeah!
All right. Well, I can't. You guys are too close. I can't get him.
Trent, where's the count?
All right. All right.
One arm, two arm.
He says, hey, you asked for pits. That's what I'm giving you.
One armpit. Armpit. I'm curious that both have
Trent,
knee.
Trent,
Do knee.
you say dirt? Trent,
Trent.
say dirt.
Say dirt.
You're probably wondering why he says dirt, aren't
Uh-oh.
you? We were going to Jackson Sunday. I didn't tell you about this. We're going to Jackson Sunday. Never get gas at stinker stations. There's water in the gas. It took us 4.5 hours to get to Alpine.
Are you serious?
Actually, we had a fun time on the way up. We stopped for a picnic. We were staying in Chicago.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, so we had a good time on the way up, and it wasn't vital.
Oh, yeah.
But on the way home, he was getting so grouchy that I was showing him everything, and there was a lot of dirt on the way home in the farmland.
Trent. Armpit. Give me a hug. Give me a hug.
Trent's man.
Give me a hug.
Mom was singing that Nico.
Oh, didn't like that song. He thinks it's time to go to sleep.
Oh, let's see if he'll rock.
Armpit.
Oh, enough with the armpit.
Trent, will you do my favorite thing?
What's your favorite thing?
Do my favorite thing.
Beep, beep. Trent.
Honk, honk.
Honk, honk.
Honk, honk.
David, let him do honk.
Honk, honk.
Give me a 5.
No.
Trent's her man.
It's with my classes tonight.
Do honk, honk.
Trent's man. Armpit.
Honk, honk.
Don't
I'm
Armpit.
getting all confused.
You guys, he's got 5 people. Oh, bend down, Derek.
Honk, honk, he pinches your nose.
Honk, honk.
Honk, honk.
Hong Kong. Do Hong Kong.
Do honk, honk, Trent.
Trent's man.
He says, I don't know who you are.
Trent. Come here. Do Hong Kong.
Hello.
Trent. Hong Kong.
Honk, honk. Honk, honk.
Mom, you're
Oh.
taping nothing.
I thought maybe he'd do my nose.
Trent's man, do honk, honk.
Do Hong
Honk,
Kong.
honk.
What? Oh, honk honk. Honk honk.
Fingerprints all over your bed.
Oh.
Honk, honk. Okay, do honk, honk.
Well, David, you got. I am too.
Oh.
But you got to say honk honk when it squeezes your nose.
Yeah. Okay,
Me?
David, honk, honk.
Oh, now you guys. You honk that. Oh, big love. Give him kisses, David. Big hugs. Oh, loves of David.
No.
Yeah, he doesn't love me. What do you have?
Hey, cute.
He sat on your lap and had to go kiss, didn't he?
No, you can't play
No,
with that.
he was walking backwards.
Too scary for
Here we are. Oh, Frank, poor thing. Here we are at home. And we just came to show everybody how empty it is. Show you all the boxes in the kitchen. Everything's ready to go. Now we're going to go in here to living room. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go down the hall.
Frank's made so much that he's spitting.
And here's our bedroom. And here's Jamie's bedroom. David's. Now we're going to go downstairs. We are downstairs in the basement. And the laundry. Box up there, three deep. Back up there. There's a sticker on every one of these boxes with a number on it. That's what
Go
I'm
back
saying.
there to
And they tell what's in there. The fellow had to write what was in there and what room it came from.
where are you?
I wonder if he wants out.
Frank. Frank, quick. Hey, kitty, 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 kitty. Frank.
I have to look at it. Chris's room.
No more Nintendo. No more Nintendo, Mom.
Yeah.
See?
Bicycle. Oh, Dave, we've got to fix that screen. And
You should tape them, Mom. Tape me to a slam dunk. Mom.
oh, voila.
This one needs mold, Mom.
Basically about the same out here. Even the tools have stickers on them, every one of them. Amazing.
Yeah.
Now, David, what did I tell you about faces?
I've got some clean clothes for him, but they're drying.
Okay.
Mom, they're not close-ups. They're very far away, but...
Alright, I just don't want...
Are you ready for Dad to come home?
Trent.
Why are you trying? Trent, look at the camera.
Wave, say hi.
Chrissy.
Okay, but somebody needs to match this. Oh,
Mom. What are we getting ready for?
Party for Dad.
Janie?
What?
What are you doing?
Feeding Trent.
What?
Popsicles.
Popsicle. Chris, what are you doing? Chris, what are you doing to get ready for the party?
Can you watch him for a few minutes?
Chris! What are you doing to get ready for the party? Trent, what are you doing to get ready for the party? Trent! Hi! Ready for?
Big party.
For who?
A big party for the Johnson family.
Who's the Johnson family?
Well, it's,
Is it part of me, maybe? Part of me? Who's that? Grandma, what kind of ice cream is it?
vanilla.
Vanilla?
Homemade ice cream.
Good. What time is it?
What?
What time is it?
See you up there.
What, bro?
Michael, how was the trip?
Sucks. Boring.
Long, isn't it?
Me and Dad made a sign about Keel said the little string instead of give some punishment. That's how long it was.
How's work, Jim?
You want to hear it?
Sure.
Keel said the little string full of gasoline today. Keel said the little string. Oh, never mind, I can't remember. I'll have to remember it later.
Something on your way.
You did mine big and good, Dad. I'm really impressed.
That wasn't bad,
You're
was
in
it?
the wrong career.
Hey, Alan Butler and I really worked hard at it, you know? Doing what? Putting makeup on those girls.
We did it.
No, Mom, they just gave us makeup and said do it, and all the other fathers made their daughters look stupid, and Alan and I. But we didn't talk to each other, we just did it.
Can I see what Laura would call?
Oh, is that right?
Hey, you want to go to the couch?
Maybe in a few minutes. Okay.
Dad.
The
Oh! What happened?
Mama, lots of britches.
Yes, I'm afraid to go to
There's beautiful Daddy. Woo! Look at britches. Woo, woo! Dad, don't look at the paper. You're on camera. How long ago did you get here?
3 hours ago.
Where did you come from?
North D.
Why did you go there?
I'm hungry for this.
Dad, you got here 3 hours ago?
So I'll say it, Dad. I was really excited when I found out that's what you were doing, Dad.
What time did you leave Mom today?
6:15 this morning. He's outside. Yeah.
There's another arriver. Michael, where'd you come from?
North Dakota.
Why'd you go there?
Because Dad made me.
Why did he make you?
Because, I don't know.
Whose picture are you taking?
Yours?
Don't let it spoil it.
Potatoes. What are you cooking?
You.
No matter what you do, your mother and I will always love you.
Bye.
To tell you I broke down and
What are you doing?
eyes fell out.
Why are you watching it? Is it fun? Okay, bye.
I'm sorry. I know I did wrong.
I'll make.
You hire
Yes, we're going to see it.
You talked to
Trent!
He was out there all last week.
Bless you, Trent.
Was he?
It does, doesn't it? I don't tell anybody that. Don't let him know that. But the other 4 owners are really doing everything they can to get away from Bill. Anything might have to turn Bill really would get the out of the business like he wanted to do now. That's enough, David.
Okay.
David.
We are at Jonathan's grave for one last visit before we head to North Dakota. Daddy has been back an hour and 10 minutes. And it's wonderful.
What are you doing, Mom? See this?
Wow. You should have seen the ones that were as tall as the hedge in the hedge part
Is that right?
of the house.
I mean, Chris going to be able to mow your plants lawn with the truck lawnmower?
What, David?
Are we going to be able to mow
Oh,
your...
no, I don't. Not this year, but I think next year that we'll set that up. Honey, is that okay?
Sounds good. David, can you move your hand?
I can't, Mom.
Thank you.
Down. Why is it putting out here?
Yeah, anytime they need more, they'll... David, Jonathan's one of the first grades here.
What?
Quit at
Here's ours. And right down here is my aunt and uncle.
What?
Mary and Earl Jensen.
I don't know, David.
My mother's brother and his wife.
Uncle
This
Lewis and
is
Aunt Bessie.
another aunt and uncle. Louis and Bessie. This is Ann. Ann's mom and dad. We are at just through in the next section. This is Uncle Doug and Anthony Mills. Oh, that's Grandpa. This is the back of their stall. It's our great uncle. And next, in front of it, we're going to go see Carl's car. And this is Uncle Carl and Ada's husband. And this is Grandma and Grandpa.
Grandma Johnson's mother and father over here.
Uncle Carl's. And this is Grandma and Grandpa cooking. Here we are at my grandparents, Rosetta and Ivan Jensen. Rosetta is the grandmother that I was named after. At Johnson's grave, this is Daddy's grandparents' site. This is grandmother. Grandfather, who he is named after. Over here we have one of their children, Ruth.
What did
Sorry.
they got one?
And this is Uncle Ed, who just passed away last August, and Daddy conducted his funeral. And then we also have Edith, who is Ed's twin sister and passed away when she was only 14 or so. What?
No water.
Hi, Josh.
Finger, they say.
I didn't say nothing, man. I just
Anybody say I was. You already told
Who
me.
did that?
There it is.
Hi, Michael.
I know this.
And I already asked my question.
We gotta do something that they'll remember.
Ow!
Good day.
Hi, Kristen. Hi, Matt. Hi, Janie. What?
You can sing a song, Matt.
Yeah, I know
She never mentions word addiction. No, we can't sing that song. It's not bad.
There's an airwag. Call into your brain.
Gnarly song. That was very good singing too. Don't tape me, tape these guys. I'm not the one that's gonna see this.
Hi.
Spit all over the lens, gross.
Ew, and I can even see it.
Funny. I can dig it.
I can see little black spots right nowhere.
Did you get it?
What, Michael? Let's get a close-up of the bug Michael caught. Where is it, Michael? Michael, where's the bug? I can't see it. Oh.
Focus on it. Zoom in. See, there's.
I can't zoom in. Focus.
Don't tape like you did at the wedding.
Dad, I just went like this. Dad.
He doesn't care.
He cares. Dad.
Hi, Trentster dude!
I just went like this. There's a bug.
Hi, Trentster dude!
Don't get me started on bugs, or I might have to film.
Hey, Mr. T.
Don't get
Go
me
ahead. I
started
told
on
Matt already.
taping the wedding.
Mom, I'm doing very good, so don't worry.
Run and ask Grandma for a dish for the eggs. Hurry. Oh, is Robin gonna run?
Yes, she is.
Is it about kill the door?
I figured one of them could run fast enough.
I went to a wedding one night, reception, and it wasn't even somebody I knew very well. And just as we got from...
There's the yummy... What are you cooking, Dad? I can't see it.
So the bride and groom, you'd like to stay with my camera here? And I said, no.
Dad's cooking bacon. Grandpa's cooking eggs.
And I said, no, turn it off and get away. So Brian sitting there apologizing to camera for me.
David, no more on me.
I just barely got you tape.
Okay, Uncle Dale, we're here at right there at Custer Battlefield, and we're going to make a tape for you so that you can see what it's all about. You'll notice up in the background, up there on the hill, right there is where they found the guy. Okay, we're going to go up there in a minute and we're going to see all the museum inside. Right now, these are the stars of this Christmas present for you.
I'm Custer.
Yes, we're going to do a reenactment where Custer gets to live so that you won't be mad any longer.
I'm Crazy Horse.
Okay. This is Major Reno here.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're holding tickets for the 9 o'clock band tour, you can go ahead and board the van. The gray van located across from the visitor center in the reserved parking area. This tour is sold out, but we do have tickets available for tours later in the day that can be purchased at the front desk of the visitor center. Again, if you're holding tickets for the 9 o'clock band tour, you can go ahead and board the van. Thank you.
Tour of the battlefield in this van, and then after we come back we'll finish going through the museum.
Ladies and gentlemen, to the monument atop that hill right there, which is the famous Last Stand Hill, where Lieutenant Colonel George Armstrong Custer, Brevet Major General, fought his last battle on June 25th, Sunday, and June 26th, Monday. The Battle of Little Bighorn took place on those 2 days. You see the point where Custer's men are presently interred. The monument was erected in 1881, and at that time a mass grave was dug for the men who lay on the field. 630 men, minus the 210 of Custer's personal battalion who fought on this field, fought 5 miles away to the south, directly ahead of us. There were survivors on that battlefield, approximately 380 survivors, minus 51 killed and 58 wounded. There were approximately 310 healthy, effective soldiers who would survive the Battle of Little Bighorn, but they fought 5 miles away off this field. In the 10-year period that Custer was the commander of the 7th Cavalry, he engaged in the fighting of Indians four times in skirmishes, small battles with very few casualties, and only twice in mixed heavy battles like this one. His first battle was in 1868 on November 27th in Oklahoma, the Battle of the Washita River, where he defeated a village of Cheyenne Indians. A mini village set up by the Crows folks just multiplied these teepees by 1,200 and put them out across the river in that valley floor at circles. Circle after circle of Sioux encampment. You can just see them. There were the Ogalallas of Crazy Horse. There were the Miniconjus, or the people by the water, which is right across the river. And he began his fight here, even though he did not cross the river at this point, opting for a better crossing to the north, where there was less resistance, no doubt. Over to our right is the location of the ford, which is one of the few fords on the Little Bighorn River. This ford is only approximately 2.5 feet deep with a gravel bottom, just where the bluff falls away there, and that was the area that was filmed in the movie Little Big Man in 1970 with Dustin Hoffman, as partly filmed here in that movie of Custer's Last Stand. Custer's approach 115 years ago was down this scooped valley ahead of us called the Medicine Tail Coulee. A coulee being nothing more than a deep water drainage area of a valley floor. But we'll talk more about Custer's fight on this field when we return. Signed at Fort Abraham, Fort Laramie in Wyoming. One of the great war leaders and of the Ogallala Sioux was Red Cloud. Here he is. Red Cloud did sign the Treaty of 1868, and he took approximately 3/4 of the Sioux Nation onto that reservation, which was also designated in that treaty. A landmark I like to point out, folks, which is easy to spot if you can find the overpass on the interstate. Can you see it, folks, right there to our right front? That concrete overpass signifies the upstream, or the southern end of the village. Look how big that village was as you stretch your eyes down to the right. At the time of Lewis and Clark expedition in 1804, and the Crow were immediately friendly to the whites, and they were enemy of the Sioux annoyance. Therefore, the government gave these Indians out here an ultimatum. That is, you will return to the reservation voluntarily, or you will be branded hostile, and a military force will get sent out to drive you in. When the Indians did not go on the reservation, as ordered in this ultimatum, and a campaign to move against these Indians, and once again put them on the reservation for perpetuity. And thus began the campaign of 1876, which started out to be a winter campaign, but due to supply delays and bad weather out here, it turned into a spring campaign. The campaign against the Indians was very simple. There was 3 columns of soldiers, separate columns of soldiers, that would move against these Indians, and it was thought that each separate column itself would be sufficient in strength to defeat any number of Indians they might find out here. From Dakotas were to come General Alfred H. Terry, commanding the Department of the Dakota, from Fort Abraham Lincoln at Bismarck. His military force was Lieutenant Colonel George Armstrong Custer, and 630 men of the 7th Cavalry Regiment, all mounted men. The Wyoming column was General George Crook from this direction with about approximately 1,100 soldiers and 263 Crow and Shoshone scouts. The Montana column was Colonel John Gibbon, who came from Fort Ellis and Fort Shaw near present-day Bozeman. You see, those three columns were converging upon these Indians in a pincer move, and the Indians would be crushed in this campaign of 1876 and removed from their hunting lands to the reservation. I'd like to show you the little Bighorn Valley right here in the river. It looks very peaceful. That's a meandering little creek, it looks like, but really it's very deceiving. That river is approximately 5.5 to 6 feet deep in places, and that cannot be crossed easily at any one point. The banks of the river rise precipitously, approximately 4 feet above the water floor, and it would be, of course, a great deterrent to a man on a horse. It's easy to jump in the water, but it's not so easy to get out, especially if you are under attack by Indians and you want to hasten your retreat a little bit. That river will be a barrier. You notice two men down here on the right side. Just about a third of the way down, on a little pinnacle, you see two white markers on this Hog's Back Ridge. Can you see them? That is Dr. DeWolf and Elihu Clear that were killed in their retreat from the river. Now, General Custer will travel approximately 83 miles from June 22nd to June 25th, which will bring him to those Rosebud Mountains. The trail of the Indians, made in the early part of the spring, has come from that direction also, and Custer will follow that trail, that ever-widening trail 3/4 of a mile wide. The Indians, however, are in the valley of the Little Bighorn. They're not in the Rosebud. Those Rosebud Mountains are approximately 16 miles from this area. General Custer is hot on the trail, and his idea is to attack the Indians in an aggressive move and very swiftly. Folks, we'll leave the van here, and we'll give you an opportunity to take some pictures and stand on historic ground and find out what happened on this field where there were survivors on the Army side. Not travel 2,000 miles in your vacation. You will go home tired. You realize that Colonel John Gibbon would have infantry and cavalry. Infantry are walking men who will walk 1,800 miles in the campaign of 1876. Consider how they might have felt. This was the campaign as such in 1876 to put the Indians on the reservation. General Custer will find himself in those Rosebud Mountains, as I've described to you. He's approaching that area on the backside of those mountains on Saturday, June 24th. He sends his 6 Crow Scouts who will lead him here. 6 Crow Scouts, of course, as I've said, are enemy of the Sioux and will lead the Army. Here are 4 of the Crow Scouts right here. They have kind of interesting names. This is White Man Runs Him. White Man Runs Him. This is Harry Moccasin. And this is Curly. And this is Goes Ahead. This picture was taken in 1913 on the battlefield. You can see that the markers are quite nice and white back then. Now they're a little bit stained by water, mineral stains. The youngest of the Crow Scouts was Curly, who was 17 years of age at the time of this battle. The Crow Scouts did survive the battle because Custer released them from battle. They were not required to fight, only to find. And of course, they're not stupid. They left, and they did not die. Those Crow Scouts will be up in the mountains on the morning of the 25th as the sun rises at a little rocky outcropping called the Nest. Now, Custer's orders are to see where the Indian village is located. When the sun comes up, they cast a light to the west, and they can see part of this valley. What they really see from the Crow's Nest is the cooking fires of this encampment. They see a large pony herd foraging along the benchlands just on the other side past the train, where you see the gravel pits. That was a mosaic of color moving along those benchlands, which of course indicated to the Crow Scouts that that was the 20,000 head of horses of this encampment. The Crows will then ride back to the regiment, and they will tell Custer that he better come to the Crow's Nest and see if he can. It's already 98 degrees at 10 o'clock in the morning. General Custer will not be able to see anything down here because the haze is now set into the valley floor and the heat waves, and you can imagine those heat waves. You've seen them before in the distance. His vision is obscured, but he believes his scouts when they tell him that there's a large encampment down here. However, I don't believe that Custer nor the scouts really knew how many Indians were gathered all together in one group. Custer probably, or in all probability, miles down this valley floor in smaller groups, as they usually would find on the waterway. Custer is quite content to stay in those mountains. He feels as though his regiment has not been detected. This is a major concern to the Army because they feel as though when the Indians will detect cavalry approaching, that the Indians would rather flee than fight. This is an erroneous assumption which Custer will learn at the Battle of Little Bighorn. It'll cost his life to do it. It will be a hard lesson for Custer. The Indians, of course, will fight. They will not necessarily scatter. Custer then comes down from the crow's nest to his command, and he receives some rather disconcerting news from his scouts, who tell him that their regiment has been spotted that morning in those mountains by small Sioux and Cheyenne war parties. And bingo, you see, Custer has been discovered. He is fearful that these emissaries from this village will then alarm the village, and the village will move and scatter before Custer has a chance to attack. Therefore, Custer makes the decision that brings you here today, folks, brings us all here today. He will begin his attack on the Indian village and called the Battle of the Little Bighorn. He will cross the divide and bring his regiment this direction down a little tributary. It's called the Sundance Creek. We call the Reno Creek today. Custer will divide his command into 4 groups. The first attacking group will be 8 companies led by General Custer himself. 8 companies will come down this little valley, approaching this valley floor of the Little Bighorn. General Custer, as he approaches this valley, cannot see the village because of these bluffs we're standing on. They will obscure his vision. He has not seen the village in its totality at this point. Actually, he is scouting in force. Say that he didn't send his scouts out. He most certainly did. Actually, Custer was probably one of the best scouts that ever lived. He's scouting himself. And what he sees is somewhat disturbing. He sees a large dust cloud looming from the valley floor, indicating that the Indians are probably on the move and heading north, that valley. He knows that General Terry and his command will be here approximately June 26th, Monday. General Terry will come from the Yellowstone up the Bighorn River to the valley of the Little Bighorn River and be the front door that will block and shut the Indians in their escape. But it's the 25th, not the 26th. Custer is taking a chance by attacking a day early. When Custer sees this dust cloud, he sends Major Marcus A. Reno to the charge. Major Reno will then be instructed to move forward at a rapid gait that he deems prudent, to charge the village afterward, and he will be supported by the whole outfit, unquote. Major Reno will detach from Custer's command down in that little valley. He will have 3 companies of 112 mounted soldiers. Major Reno then will ford the river ahead of Custer, losing sight of Custer. Major Reno will cross the river approximately 2.5 miles to our south out of sight at one of the natural fords. General Custer has already sent 3 more companies off to scout the foothills of the Rosebud Mountains under Captain Frederick W. Benteen, who's taken 125 men and has lost sight of that command. They're scouting over very rough terrain. Custer's intent is probably to round up all the Indians, and Benteen will be the scout that will do that. However, Benteen will never find any Indians because they're not up there, they're down here. This just proves that Custer does not know the exact location of his target. Now, Major Reno will then ford the river and lose sight of Custer. Both Reno and Benteen will never see General Custer alive again. Custer will turn to the north with his 5 companies, probably in response to 2 scouts were sent back from Custer, 2 messengers, and they were unlucky messengers, for they would stay with Custer and die with him. These 2 messengers would tell Custer that the Indians are not escaping, but standing strong in Reno's front. That may have prompted Custer to come north and attack the village on the flank to the north in the bluffs. And we know, of course, where he ended up. If you go down at the end of the trail with me, ladies and gentlemen, I think here that
The saddle is the crow's nest?
just below it, the pimple. It's just on the rocky edge. That's really it. That isn't really it. But it's down below. There's no way we can see that from here. Just the general area. You can see in the area of this post. And down on the valley floor across the interstate. He's surrounded by Indians and forced to fall back in the timber on this.
Dale, this is pretty interesting. You can't read this, but this is a picture of clothes that belong to an Indian named Laban. L-A-B-A-N, Little Wolf.
What kind of Indian would have the name Lame White Man? Did you hear there's an Indian's named that?
Yeah.
Lame White Man or something? That'd be kind of, wouldn't you mean that'd be an insult to you?
What's that?
John Sitting Bull.
Oh, that's not the,
That's John Sitting Bull.
okay, as opposed to just plain.
That's Tatanka Ayoteki Sitting Bull.
That's the real one.
The Sitting Bull, Dale.
John, it's that over there, and Black Elk. And it's short for Nathan.
Nathaniel.
Dewey.
He's okay. He's okay.
Dewey Beard. Dewey Beard. It is your fault.
Who's the next one?
Little Warrior.
Okay.
Comes again.
Okay.
Little Soldier.
Okay.
They look little to me.
I bet these guys were in better shape when they fought.
High Eagle.
Okay. And how about this one?
Pemmican. Pemmican Tobacco.
Look at that bird, Mom.
Dale, this is where Custer was found with short hair.
Some Indian accounts say that
There is his brother Tom's right there.
1.5 miles to your left.
And then just to the right of it is Yates, right
and forced the
there.
troops back to the ridges. Having lost the initiative, the soldiers
Down
found
here in the
themselves
valley
rough terrain, unsuitable
is
for
where the
mounted
Indian encampment was, stretched
The
clear along that whole valley.
made individual stands, fighting on foot against the waves of Indians that rolled in from every direction. The warriors did not need to expose themselves to the troopers' fire.
No.
Dismounted, they moved from safety.
Dale, this is where all of the enlisted men and scouts are buried. Except for these two are still alive. This one and this one are alive, and they're not dead.
Under the command of Lieutenant Colonel George Armstrong Custer.
I'm crazy. Well, these are the trenches and rifle pits that were dug by Reno and Benteen's men. Right down in this little valley is where they set up the hospital. See that white marker right there is where the hospital was set up for the wounded in the Reno-Benteen part of the battle. And then trenches were dug clear around here to protect the wounded. Yeah, we probably are. Okay, Uncle Dale and whoever else is watching this, this is Fort Abraham Lincoln, the year of 1875.
Tour guide today. I welcome you to take pictures here in the Custer home, but I ask that you do not use a flash because it tends to damage furnishings and fade color over time. Also, if you can avoid touching furniture items, there are chains set up, and if you stay on the audience side of those, you should be fine. We will be stepping back in time to the year 1875, so I ask if you have any 1991 questions for me, that you ask them to me now or at the end of our tour, but please not during. The simple fact, I can't answer questions about events that haven't happened yet. I will give you a brief history of this home before we begin. First of all, this is a total reconstruction of the Custer's second home here in Dakota Territory. They had two houses which stood on this site. The first one burnt down on February 6th of 1874. The cause of the fire was petroleum paper, which they used for insulation. It was placed too close to the chimney above the Custer's bedroom. It heated up and exploded. Now, there wasn't much the Custers could do to prevent that home from coming down. Two items that Mrs. Custer mourned the loss of the most was a collection of newspaper clippings from about the general during and after the Civil War, and also a wig made of his hair, which she often wore to fancy dress balls. Now, when orders came to rebuild, the general and his wife decided they would make many additions and changes to this new home. One of the changes is the porch out front. Mrs. Custer wanted a large porch so she could do more entertaining outside. I will point out other changes as we go along, and I will also be pointing out 4 items which actually belong to the Custers in the home. There is one at the top of the stairs, the maroon, green, and gold curtain you see there. There are 3 more curtains like it in the parlor. There is also a turkey platter in the kitchen, a field desk in the general study, and a rocking chair in their bedroom. And I'll ask you to take special notice of those. Are there any questions before we begin? Well, here to Fort Lincoln, I do have a bit of bad news, though. The general and his wife are out riding today, and I don't expect them back for quite some time. Here is a picture of them, though, in case you haven't seen them recently. And Lieutenant Tom Custer, the general's brother, is standing above them, and well, you probably saw him on your walk up here to the house. I would like you to take special notice of Mrs. General Custer's parlor curtains. They are some of her very favorite. Now, this is the room where she does most of her entertaining, and the general has increased the size of this room to accommodate all of her entertaining, and he added this bay window for her, which she feels makes the house a tad bit more fancy than the military usually does. It also breaks up the long line in the parlor wall. Now, our piano over here is our main source of enjoyment. As you can imagine, the winters do get a little unbearable out here in Dakota Territory. And the piano is well, it helps keep the sanity. There is one small problem with the piano. See, the Custers had it shipped over from St. Paul, Minnesota. Just the 2 of them. The general is away on expedition more than he is here at the house. So he keeps Mrs. General Custer busy by having her family and friends visiting at all times. And I'm sure you folks have taken our train, so you know how uncomfortable that ride can be. Naturally, our guests do stay up to 6 months at a time for that very reason. Now, we have pretty much the same foods you have back in the States. We have a lot more wild game, though. Buffalo is a rare treat, contrary to what most people believe, and we have canned fruits and vegetables. Gardening was a disaster. Hell, being we don't have many fresh fruits and vegetables, the general's favorite food is rather unique. It's raw onions, and he likes to eat them the same as you and I would eat an apple. Well, now here is not too familiar with this room. Matter of fact, she's not even allowed in this room. The general catches her in here more than a few minutes at a time. He does scold her promptly. He feels that she should never do the tasks of cooking or cleaning. So Mary, her cook, and myself have come up to make sure that she is never set doing those tasks. I would like you to take special notice of the white turkey platter laying on the counter over there. And over here is our cellar. The bricks you see below are all that remain of our first home, which burnt down last year in 1874. As you can see, we do have a visitor with us. The general got this bobcat from a friend of his, and he keeps it here in the cellar. Well, because he tried to tame it to be a house pet, and naturally it did not work. So He has decided to give it to a zoological society. But of course, transportation has to go down there for her daily supplies, and well, the cat jumps at the corners at her and scares her nearly half to death. She can now make it up those stairs in 3 steps, and she screams the whole way. We will be stepping upstairs now. Please watch your step. They are rather narrow.
That's okay. Oh, there it is.
I have to nail down here for this clothes.
Oh, nice.
What about?
There it is. There it is. Crab cat. Is that what you said? Crab cat? Welcome to Hell 1991.
This is where we have been living for the last 4 days. Have a good look. Frank is not a happy kitty. Oh, look at our cupboards. Garbage. Kitchen. Boudoir. This is the mode of sleeping. This empty spot right here is where David was. This is where me and Mommy have been taking turns. That's the only spot fought for in the house. What?
Would you want to show them the bathroom and kitchen?
I do. This, yes, let's show them the kitchenette. Here is the kitchenette. This really isn't too bad. I wish they could smell on tape, and then they would get the full effect, don't you think?
Right.
Let me slide by and I'll show them Frank's toilet. Here's Frank's toilet that he tips over every night because he's mad at us. By the way, he only tips it over when he does skinkies. Here's Frank's kitchen table. Frank, look at him. He is mad at me right now, Lorraine. Look at him. This corner is especially touching to me. This is where we fold up all of our clothes, and they stay folded for a good 2-3 minutes maybe. Poor Athena will never be the same. Here's our entertainment center with a TV pointing this direction. Our cable box with a housewarming present from our real estate agent on top. And our VCR off to the side facing another direction. There's a dead cookie right there. And a dead bottle of pop. Over here in the corner, we'd like to draw your attention to the assorted sports equipment. Michael's deodorant in the top, where this is where he stands to apply the deodorant. There's some more deodorant. I guess it depends on his mood. Anything else of particular interest? I think I got the bookshelf with all of its splendor. We'll be signing off now, and we'll only look at this in those moments when we're feeling sorry for ourselves and we don't think that things could be any worse. Here is our new residence, 1511 14th Avenue South, Grand Forks. Tell them the state, Lurie. I can't bring myself to say it yet.
North Dakota.
Is that where it's cold?
Yes.
Okay.
For today.
It's cold or hot, but there's no in between. Okay, we're just gonna go right up to the door. Why don't you go up the doorstep and wave at me? There is the object of my desire. That's okay. I've said that in all of our tapes, so. Okay, we're just gonna walk up to the doorstep. Yes. There's my shadow. Here's some shrubs. This is a very pretty yard. This section is going to be a formal living room at some point, but not right now. Here is the living room. You know, you don't get the full effect when this is on tape, honey. You know that, don't you, Lorraine?
Yes, I do.
This is the kitchen. Here's the object right here. Lots of cupboard space. And the most important item of all is that dishwasher. Okay, here's the hallway. Back here, see, we have toilets out here in North Dakota. Can you believe it? Flush that, Marie. And they flush. Isn't that amazing? They have a laundry chute that goes nowhere. Here is David's room. Pretty nice, huh? David has, oh, he does have a closet.
Small,
Here is the Nugzah's room. We've got to get a new viewfinder. I can't even hardly see anything besides. Okay. Here is mine and Marie's bedroom. I'll avoid any comments. Okay, now we're going to go back out here through the kitchen and down the stairs. This is the back door, and this is the stairs. Now down here, we're going to put our dining room stuff. Marie, what's that?
That's the fan above the stove.
Really?
Yep.
You didn't do that the other day.
I know. Didn't it?
No, it sure didn't.
That's gross.
Marie, when they come Monday, I think we ought to tell them about it, don't you?
Yeah. About what?
Have you got the nerve to do that?
About what, Dad? Ask him if it's always sounded that way. Listen, Dean.
Turn it off, honey, or it's going to ruin it. This is the laundry room. This is the Nugs with her new hairdo. With her new do. Okay. Here is the femme de la vie with place for coats and whatnot here. There's the bathroom. Janie, could you turn that light on in the bathroom for me? Knock it off with the carpet. Here's me. We step right out into this area. This is a kitchen right now. And this part will remain a kitchen. However, there's going to be a wall that'll be built right here, over to here. Jeez. And this will be Chris's bedroom. This is a picture of Janie mocking and making fun of her father, who tries to make her proud of him, but has failed so far in her young life.
Dad,
What?
there's flicker tails in our yard.
Is there really, David?
Yeah, there
Or are they squirrels?
No, one ran into our yard.
And this is going to be Michael's room.
The girls are
Michael's not happy with this carpet, but he'll have to be happy for a while.
Yeah.
I can tell the blonde has a brain. They're brunette.
No, that's not the
Trent.
one.
What do you
Hi.
have a brain?
Hi.
Gifted.
Hi, dude.
Come here, Sarah. Well, once you have the answer, you tell him to go.
What? It's not. She coming. She coming.
How do you make a blonde's eyes sparkle?
What? What do you want me to take you to? Trent wants me for something. What is it? What? Uh-oh. Who's there? Who's there, huh? Who is it, Trent? Say hi, David.
On the screen. You didn't get it? What do you need?
David?
I'm surprised you didn't get that one, because you and Stephen, I know.
Trent's up here in the van. Talk to him.
No. Was this Exorcist 3 the heretic or whatever?
Who is it, Trent? Who is it?
Come on, it's Friday the 13th. Can't we celebrate? What, you want to put on black cloaks and dance around and sing pagan rituals? Hey, Dad, we figured out why you brought this kid. So you can tell how high the volume is.
You wanna go play with David? Wanna go play with David? Do you wanna go?
Snap.
Okay. Go upstairs.
Daddy, do you want any more blonde jokes?
Be careful with him, David, when you're walking down the stairs.
I thought between you and Jerry, you cover the whole.
Come on, man.
He's not even laughing at him.
8:30.
Okay, Dad, have you told him the bad day?
No.
Yeah.
Hey, go.
Okay, yeah.
And joining the...
She can't find her pencil.
Daddy!
I think I'm gonna rewind the video camera on that one.
Oh, shit. Daddy! She was...
Kanda.
Ooh, you're gonna get slapped for that.
I know.
Jared, you don't have any more jokes?
Quick, hurry, a nice one, quick. Hi, Garrett.
Give me.
Does anybody know how to work this?
Is there
What do you call a brunette between two blondes?
An interpreter.
Did you tell him the bar one? Bar one?
Why does the blonde
Okay.
never make punch?
Okay, why did,
Because
what
she
did
can
you
never
do?
put 2 quarts of water and the 1 cup of sugar in the fat.
What are you doing?
Oh, that's funny.
One of my favorites was, what do you have when you have a blonde in the front seat with you?
An airbag.
Yes. It's the only one I can remember. I don't know why. Where's what? He's downstairs with David. And I know because I just took him down there.
Where's Risa? an old one. See if you know any of the old
I think we ought to get one of William Waite's tapes
Why did
out.
the blonde climb the chain link fence? To see what was on the other side.
I think we ought to get one of the William Waite tapes out. And listen to
Okay,
it.
I got a joke. What did the blonde say when she walked into the bar?
They're so funny.
Anybody know?
What?
No. Ouch.
Ouch.
But she did what?
Oh, it's funny, Jared.
Do it again, Jared.
What did the blonde say when she walked into the bar?
Oh.
I don't get it.
The.
No.
Ouch.
She said
Ouch.
ouch.
Smile at me.
Quit playing with your fingers.
Tell us what you're doing.
I'm reading this book
When you gonna hang the
about all
flag?
of our memories.
When they see how the weather is, I guess.
So you can take it
When
off
they
now
make
because
sure
I
we're gonna
have
have here instead of into the church. Or they, when they make sure we're gonna have here instead of into the church. Where are they going to put the flags if they have it at the church?
No, come on.
No, that's a dumb joke.
Grandma, Doris, Stefan has a joke for you.
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, I don't. Take none of your. Where's mine, Mom?
Coming.
What is that, Ron?
It's a hot steak sandwich.
Wait a minute, I see a finger in there.
It's roast beef.
He's got a chainsaw.
Where did you get that, Vaughn?
Good.
This is Jeffrey
What?
Dahmer.
It just came sailing through the air.
It's Jeffrey Dahmer as a child.
Oh.
What are you guys watching?
He's gonna chop up his mother and father.
All right, we're not gonna watch it.
Dale,
I'm sure it's everybody going here so we can stand
Dale,
back and
are we
watch it.
watching? Are we doing?
I tell you, you could go to our house and watch it, but.
Is it scan? We'll scan. Are we scanning the TV? No.
Don't you know?
There's
that
no.
I can't remember the word.
Scanning.
Oh, that's.
Well, when it's TV, it's flicking
What is
stations.
that? Okay, that's what I.
You mean with your
Did you have that problem, Bob?
What?
Me?
remote?
I cannot sit down with the TV unless I have remote control.
It's men. It's a men's problem. Did you know
And
that?
Ian cannot watch
Want
TV
to
with me
screw
because
the
I
light bulb and tend
I
to
cannot watch
punch
TV
it.
unless I'm pushing a button every 3
Into what?
seconds.
Ready to
Listen,
punch
and
it.
Michael.
You know?
And
Where's our
Dale
fingers
get a
pointing?
phone.
Stefan sits out by the TV and does it.
Follow the
back
man.
and forth.
I do not.
We do too.
Oh, thanks.
And
Yeah.
He's got it going.
Oh,
What show is it? Is
The
this
whole
Amityville
family.
Horror or
This is
something?
the Amityville Revisited.
Oh, get it off, Dale. We don't watch stuff like this.
Oh man, this is great.
The scariest stuff we watch is
Oh.
Let's turn it off.
the scariest stuff we watch is what is it? That Disney one that's so scary? Watch Her in the Woods. That just scares my fans off.
that is
I
scary.
love it, but it's scary.
That's one of the most scary movies I've ever
That's the
seen.
scariest I've ever watched.
Sausage shells inside of bread. It's also a roast beef.
Hi, man.
Step, Dale, how many glasses
Hi, guys.
does it take to make chocolate chip
Hi,
cookies?
guys.
Do you know what this bottle is?
5. One to make the dough, or to take off the aluminum
You took it
shells.
outside.
Of it.
Or to what?
I'm afraid you took it outside.
5. One to make the dough, or to take off the shells off the M&Ms.
I'm kind of thinking you took it outside when we had.
Yeah.
Carolyn, they don't make
Hi,
that
Carolyn.
board anymore?
We haven't been able to find one.
How does a
Hi,
blonde
dude.
kill a fish? Drowns
Should we
it.
zoom? Okay,
How do you
zoom.
drown a blonde?
Are you what?
How do you drown a blonde?
Oh.
Oh, your light's flashing. Does that mean it's recording? Or we're getting too close? Or we're zapping each other with electro rays that's going to kill us tomorrow, you know what I mean?
Blonde in the
Mine,
neck.
you know what? Mine doesn't focus right.
Doesn't it? Hey, mine doesn't focus very good.
Dueling cameras.
Dale.
Yeah.
How's that?
Dale.
Dueling banjos go? That's funny.
Bum 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 bum.
Bomb, 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 bomb.
Bum 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 bum.
Kick it up, Stefan.
I don't take pictures of people picking their nose.
Yeah, or, 20 miles of Aaron's throat, something like that.
Aaron, who's Aaron?
Is that big throat or?
Are we all wearing a different color? Our family's wearing peach. Well, there is only one peach then. So we're not going to promise. We've made another. I promise you.
There is a toy room, playing with the kids, taping, not a thing at the wedding. You know what I mean?
Oh, let's go.
No, they're all in there.
No, but we're struggling to bed soon, I'll tell you. I am so tired.
Are you?
Oh, aren't you, Mom?
Yes, I am, but, I don't think I'll stay up very much tonight either. I can't believe it's here, can you?
I'm gonna give David a whacking.
Got some more there, we do.
You're gonna whack him?
That's what I thought.
Yep, if you don't quit taking those pictures, I'm going to.
Okay, David. You're gonna get whacked.
Oh, I better leave then.
Looked like this morning. You thought I looked like Ed Grimley. You should have seen him this morning.
Where'd Larry go?
Straighten out and people up.
Slap, 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 slap. We're playing baseball with this one.
Whack.
My turn.
Let me see.
Oh, crap.
Uh-oh.
Get on my face. Here. Derek, give me the thing. I'll stick it on the front of the camera. Dad.
You can't.
Why?
Because it'll break the lens.
Derek!
Ah! Slap, slap.
Give me the thing. Slide it over my That was the last one with the ball. Oh. Say hi.
Say hi from Michael.
Hi, Mike. Where's my pictures?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Is David
Go.
over here or did he go to bed?
I never knew Mary's face was all hair, Mom.
Katie, my friend.
All hair.
How are we?
Oh, good.
Not recording.
Well, turn around the part of it. Still fun, yeah. Michael's doing some benching of his own, and you know, after having all the glory and wonder of last year, that's just a little tough.
Yeah.
You know? However, they did playing tonight.
We don't need a picture of my
The whole
mom.
night we're there, not there to watch it, you know. Yep.
Well, is he videotaping?
Oh,
Here, let me put it on so Mike can, get its full glory.
Hey!
What?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
Let's get a picture of that S.
He was gonna get that.
That's
He was
the
gonna
most
sell his
gnarliest
Mike
thing
Messick,
I've
you know,
ever
his
seen.
mic on the pocket, you know.
That
That
is
is right
right.
now. You're gonna keep it just for memories. Yeah, not too many kids get a sophomore letter jacket. Yeah.
I guess I'm Kate.
Oh, Kate.
Wait, I can't see that.
Open your eyes. Open.
Can you see it?
Open your
Yeah.
eyes.
Now you want to sit back?
Wait. Turn around more. Lady Russet.
Yeah.
Lady Russet.
Feel good.
Or you gotta let your cool hair down.
No.
Or you want to not religion.
Long enough.
Go away.
I'm leaving.
He's taking pictures of the table. Poor Mike.
Ow.
Will you quit with the camera? We're leaving now, I guess.
Did you stop running? You weren't there when we were talking about this.
Phyllis, the sugar log.
You hear this whole thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let him carry it out.
Yep.
Put it in the trunk. Okay?
Yeah.
What? Yep, microwave.
Yes, yes,
Oh,
yes, yes, yes,
Did you
yes,
did you hear that this is
yes.
David,
terrible?
I said no mouths, no tongues, no close-ups.
I'm not doing close-ups. You're far.
You also came on and eat the vegetables in. You got out on bail.
Hi, Mary.
Nothing on late.
Dad, you gotta look at the camera. Oh no, you broke it. I can see it cracking.
Oh, real funny.
Pass the bag.
Well, I can put another flower
This is wonderful.
What?
Let's do.
Oh, I wrote it a long time ago.
I didn't know that.
Okay, I got
Or now put the flower on. Now put that on.
Rena, I wrote it when they were still able to do those things.
Oh, really?
another real one.
Oh, yeah.
beautiful. I haven't read that. I don't know. She's right there.
Okay, this is it. Everybody say hi. We're getting ready for the big one now. Everybody's mad at me because I didn't bring the right things. I didn't get the right stubing glass
You didn't tell us to
bowl.
the weather to get nice.
I made the wrong decision about coming in here.
It's still chilly out there though.
And the wind.
Kristen, look at me and smile.
It's gonna blow. And it's
Chrissy?
gonna blow off and on all afternoon.
And
This is all on
Kristen,
tape.
we would go nuts worrying about it.
If every minute we were standing there, we'd think, oh, it's
No, yeah, let's put that in there.
Chrissy, we made the right decision to come in here.
Curl those.
We made the right decision to come in here.
Leave them on the thing so you can stick them in.
Yeah,
Curl
stick
them
it in
out.
there and curl them out.
Carl, do you know anything about hooking up TVs to videos?
I don't think so, but I can look and see. I'll give it a try.
Look, isn't that gonna work?
Oh,
Just do
yeah.
it like that.
You can get in the cage. What time is it?
It's time to go get ready.
Pretty. I need, I want specifics.
Yeah, let him please between himself. Oh.
My watch says, well, okay, I give up. It's 3:04. Chrissy?
Good, except for cleaning up. I know, but it's just really good. I don't want to get rid of all the stuff.
Yeah,
Good. Good style, however, it's how she's well, and eventually we have to attract everything here. Chrissy, this is what I want. This hair, right here.
Oh.
Here we go. This is the taping of the Big 50. Here's Dale. He's not 50. Dale, tell me what your favorite mineral water is.
Did you know Ross and
Canadian backwash.
What's your second favorite?
Mineral water.
Ross?
Cold bean in it.
Well, if he called
Maybe a little
football, he'd
NutraSweet.
carry it in front of the other end of the field.
Hold the caffeine.
Okay, thank you.
I think he weighs 100 pounds.
Who, Dad?
Ross
Ross Burke.
Why is he sick?
Well, he says he's sick, but he said that they can't find anything wrong with him. He says, then why don't I feel good? So
Well, did he ever think that he's 80?
he's
Maybe?
probably 70. Oh, he asked about you. And,
Did he? Tell him I skipped the country?
I'm hairspray hair.
it's still gorgeous.
Hey, no, Ross is older than you are, Dad. Ross is older than you are.
Is that okay?
Well, you're 71.
Who is?
Does this need to be rewound?
What I'm... Here's the object of my desire and the nugs.
Put one on each. One of the comfortable ones or the one that look better.
Where's Carl? Where's the safety pins?
Carl, take, you know how it goes. Just give me the refreshment table. Did Larry get that tape? And do you want him to go out and get it?
No, it's here. Did you know that there's pictures of you guys on this thing here, Walt?
Let me think about it. Let me think about it. Let me.
Kristen, sit here. Hold on here for a second. Was that that last?
Carolyn wants to take your picture. Go over by Mom.
Oh, I was gonna do this colors to the ladies. Are nice, except we don't have green.
Well, that's different.
Where's your yellow? It's fine. Jim, where's all my Jim? She's gonna wear a pink one. That looks so cute.
That's not a good one I married. You see, you don't want that.
Mom's temple dress. Her wedding dress. So what do you think, Carolyn?
I think it's wonderful, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
As soon as anybody starts coming on with this cord.
Whose doll? Is that right?
Yes, it's the kid.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry.
Well, I know one thing about their 67 for the last 10 years. They're amazing.
You're not gonna wear it, are you, Dale?
Well, I don't know. I don't wear them either right now.
Dale, you're not gonna wear it, are you?
Hello, Carolyn. You can't hide from the camera when you're around Johnson's. Isn't that cute? This is it.
It's a green I can stand.
Yes, yes.
Ann is out here working with broken ribs. And Carolyn is now logging in her millionth service hour since becoming Relief Society president. Yeah, go ahead. Say Johnson's residence.
And that would be about. You guys want me to set these? One of